You are good to go, my man.
All right. Vaughn hasted. Molly hasted. Crixus hasted. Lucas hasted.
Through what
Um,
means? Through spells or potions for each one? Because that
po-
matters.
uh, I know I'm a potion. Molly's hasted by a spell that Non is concentrating on.
I
Crixus
think it
is
dropped,
potion.
actually.
Yeah, it dropped.
Because
It
Anand went
it
down.
it would have dropped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she even lost a
Never mind.
turn because of it.
That's right. That's right. Okay. So yep. Um. So
Sorry.
Luke. All right. So Blondley's not hasted anymore. Ferzen's down, making death saving throws. Anon's back up. Currently, I want to say, your paladin, or not paladin, but your opposite of the paladin. What's his name?
Warlock, Battlemaster.
Your warlock is flying currently. Bond is flying or above ground currently. Anon's on his carpet. Crixus is hasted with a potion. Lucas, you took a haste potion, correct?
I did.
Speed potion. Okay, so he's hasted with a potion. So I think those are three people that are hasted. Molly's haste dropped because Anon dropped. But she's still raging.
So I also recall.
Lucas is also blinked out.
Yep. And Molly has a potion of heroism right now.
Oh, Oh, that is true. And your Connor Blaze is also immune to poison and fire.
Yes, which is like the perfect things to be immune to for this fight.
Oh, for sure. Yep.
Literally both of those two things are a major factor.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I don't know if it's in your notes, but for Lucas, I think I burned through my last potion of max power, but I don't know if I used it, or if I've got a max power spell in the chamber. If you don't know, then I don't know. So I mean, I'll probably just have to assume it's not.
I don't remember
think
you
you've
taking a
used it
potion
yet.
of maximum power.
I know I burned through my last.
Using it.
I used my last potion of heroism for Molly and my last potion of maximum power at some point for me, but I don't remember if I actually cast a spell with it or not.
Yeah.
I don't think
you
have.
cast
And
a spell
typically,
with it,
what
no.
you do whenever you have a potion of maximum power is you use a plasma bomb is what you typically do.
Yeah,
I've seen that's what you pair it with a lot.
Fire and electricity did not work. It seemed like that was going to be a good idea against the boss. So.
Well, that's fair. The electricity aspect might, but yeah, you're
not Fulgur Mortis. That's just going to charge his shield.
Yeah, and then there's the fire element for Parthog, which probably wouldn't be too helpful either. All right, changing the music to something a little more appropriate. This one is called Volcano Battle, which is, again, appropriate. Hey, Tony, do you need me to share the map so you can just see what's going on? Oh, that's freaking Transformers. I'm not playing Transformers music.
He wouldn't be able to see it without having a token on it.
Yeah, nah, don't worry about that, man. Like I'm just here to spectate.
Well, here, I'll share my screen.
Fire and Steel. I like the sound of this one. This one sounds appropriate. Let me skip the Autobots music.
You can look on my screen, Tony.
I like the sound of this so far. All right, so it is Anon's turn. I try to do this just right.
If someone didn't remember, do you remember what we talked about in Marte last?
So he messaged me, since he's dealing with the in-laws right now. He might not be able to join in, but he already told me what it is he wants to do, and yes, he does remember.
You want me to clear his ownership of his character sheet?
This is going to be pretty quick, and I think just because of the way the map is, a lot of this is going to get a bit more verbalized.
Okay. Yeah, he's moved to a different map at this point. The only one who actually knows his exact location is Bon.
That is not correct.
Why is
Nope.
that not correct?
Lucas knows it because of his cat.
The cat. Oh, the cat
Yes.
always knows where he is.
No, the cat and the and they're connected. Lucas and the cat are connected.
As long as he is on this plane of existence and that cat's on him, I know where he's at.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
Sorry, didn't
Well,
want
the only one who can see him at the moment is Bon, though. But yes.
so what's going to happen? I got to look at the thing here. Yeah, we'll keep it the way that we had. Anand's going to just be on the flying carpet, but Molly's also on the broom, so they're both up kind of near each other. And he is just going to go up to Molly, grab her hand, and they're both gone.
What are they doing?
He's casting Dimension Door.
Okay.
And
So he's... How does Anand know where he is?
Well, there's only one exit out of this place.
he went up the hole that we came down. So
That
he's
is true. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to create a map record, and I'm going to make him invisible since they can't see exactly where he is, and you can put yourself somewhere on the map where you think would be the right place to be.
Well, what he's going to do is he's going to go up to the mouth of this thing, like the previous map, essentially. Because I don't know, I know we kind of like slid and fell down the thing, but I don't know how far of a hole that, like how far it goes. So for simplicity's sake, because I don't know how we're going to pick this up, I'm going to say he's going to go to the mouth of the hole. That way we're not trying to like visualize combat in a tunnel, if that makes sense.
I think for brevity that would be
Okay.
wise, yeah.
And from there, they're both going to basically get hidden behind a rock so that you don't see... Heat vision doesn't see through rock. Especially in a lava town. It seems like that would be
I mean,
very
that's
hard to
a lot.
see through heat vision.
Because everything's hot. I'm tracking.
And, yeah, they're going to set up camp there.
So they're just going to be up there. Are they dimension dooring to him, or what are they doing?
I wouldn't say to him. I would say that... I mean, he's going to be coming up through the hole of the tunnel.
He's out of the hole already.
How far back? He's only had, like,
he
one
only
dash.
was able to. Yeah.
He's
The
not...
hole's about 80 feet deep. It's about
Okay.
an
He had to
80-foot
move.
drop down the hole.
He had to
He-
move from all the way back here.
He misty stepped 20 feet up into it, and then he used all of his movement on his turn to fly an additional 120 feet.
You made it sound like it was like
Okay.
almost a full minute of sliding down this thing. Like this was a lot
Yeah.
further than that.
The way you explained it, it seemed a lot further. But anyways, if I knew where he was, I would have told Anand where he was before he even went,
Yeah,
so that way he could
your
dimension door wherever
narratively
he
painted
needed.
picture made it seem like we slid down this thing for like almost a minute. In fact, I think you kind of described it. I don't know. That was a month ago. I
Yeah.
don't remember how that was described.
And how am I gonna? Oh, well, the other description you gave is I was momenting. No, I was moving at 60 miles per hour. How am I gaining that much speed in 80 feet? It's not possible.
That's fair. I definitely didn't picture it being like 500.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be 500, but the because and I watched the recording today. The way you explained it to me is like when I dropped, I was hitting velocity of 60 miles an hour.
Let me think about this one. I want to make sure I handle this fairly. Because, to be honest with you, I've already got him, like, well out of that hole on the map. But, with that being said, I mean, does everybody else remember me saying that that hole like took a minute to slide down? Because I don't remember saying that.
So
But if
I
did,
can
then...
tell you this. I can't remember exactly. We had a discussion after the session was done. That's how we made this plan that we're kicking off here. And like everybody was under the understanding
Where
like
is
this
my
was a
phone?
longer tunnel that like we had to go through to get here. Like it wasn't like some super long thing, but again, it was like we were sliding down and going through that thing, like you said, pick up speed. It seemed like
So-
because you were asking like, "Hey, how long do you wait before you go after a nod goes?" And I was like, "No,
So
I got to
here's
go
what I'm gonna
immediately
say then.
afterward."
Because I never imagined this being... I imagined this being a super steep hill, almost like a free fall, but against a slight slant. We'll say that you typically fall about, you know, the fall speed is 120 feet. So in fairness, we will say this tunnel was 120 feet. So what that would put him at is literally right at the exit of that tunnel as of this turn. But with that being said, Bond's not wrong. So with you knowing the length of that, you might like he would know where it is. You might not be able to teleport exactly to him, but you'd probably be able to teleport to him within a reasonable distance of movement to where you could then close the gap. I would say that.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we're gonna have to make a quick manipulation of the plans there. And yeah,
I'm going to have him 20 feet out of the hole because he Misty stepped 20 feet. Well, actually, that would be 30 feet out of the hole because he Misty stepped 30 feet and he has a movement of 120, so he'd be 30 feet into the room.
okay. Well, I will say we will teleport into that vicinity, right? I don't know how close we're going to end up being to him and how much you want to gauge that. The idea was to go up to like the mouth of it to like meet him as he was coming out.
Then that's where I'm going to put you. So let me go ahead and drag you and you'll see where he's at. Drag Anand and Molly. So they should now be able to... I assume Anand would want to put Molly 5 feet closer. I'm going to say you can be right here and he's there.
You saying right here or there, I don't know what map you have open with them.
So if you go to the top of to the main page of
just shared it.
Anand
Okay.
and go to
Yeah, I'm clicking on the link now. Oh yes, the lava whale. Okay. So the plan, like, because I described this beforehand, was to try and get someplace that would have some cover to hide. I wouldn't want to be right at the mouth because the idea was when he pops up, he wouldn't know that we were there.
So then you could possibly like hide behind, because this is like a mound. So you could hide behind the mound like there, and you wouldn't be immediately visible. And the heat, reasonably speaking, might offer you some degree of coverage from his heat seeking.
That sounds. I mean, us trying to like pick up on what exactly would happen. I guess that would sound legitimate.
This is the terrain you're working with. So this is the map.
Okay. Would you say that we're hidden though when we got over there?
I'd say you have full coverage.
Right. I'm trying to see. Does he know that we're there? Is really what I'm asking. Is there a chance that when we popped over here, like he didn't realize we came in because we came in undercover?
To be fair, that would take a stealth check. He might not be able to see you, but he could still possibly hear you.
I mean, you see what we're going for here, so.
I see what you're going for, but you understand, in all fairness, perception checks are a thing for more than just sight.
No, I get it. I'm also saying, like, this dude just, like, left combat, and, like, I don't know how quiet it is inside of a volcano.
So, but give me a stealth check against. I'll say this against his passive perception, because realistically speaking, I wouldn't say he'd be overly alert at the moment. So this would be against his passive.
All right, well, I don't have control of Anod's character sheet, so you got to roll that for me. And would you also knock off a 5th level spell slot since you used Dimension Door?
Dimension Door is 4th.
Oh, sorry, 4th. Even better.
Don't sell yourself short. All right, Anand. Phew. I
I'll
should have
take-
asked. Would somebody else like to roll for Anand? I never roll well when I roll for you guys.
Do you want me to just roll for him?
Sure, just roll a d20.
Okay.
I never roll well.
And I was going to choose to
hold that in.
succeed.
Ooh, nice.
Can it work like that?
Yes.
Like with skill checks? You can roll the minimum required for skill checks? I thought it was just saving throws and attack rolls.
Maybe you might be right.
You're asking me like how his character works. I don't know. He,
I'm pretty
he
sure.
uses a legendary resistance.
Is it chronal
I'm-
shift? Is that the no? That's at level. This is a higher.
I'm pretty sure
one.
it's only
Well,
against
I'll
attacks.
be honest. I don't want to use that if Nod's actually going to be here. That'll be his call to make. He didn't tell me that part, but I think you. Well, it's not for me to
Wait,
say.
when you are a creature you can see within 60 feet of you makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw, you can use a reaction to ignore the die roll and decide whether the number rolled is the minimum number to succeed or one less than the number. Your choice. It does work for skill checks.
Okay. So,
Somebody
but-
can have
'cause
a
technically-
perception of 1,000,000, and you can automatically succeed against their perception. Theoretically speaking, he could beat Molly in an athletics check.
You just take a level exhaustion.
All right, so he succeeds. He rolls very exorbitantly high on his stealth. Let's see what Molly does.
Yeah, because technically you're
Why is
technically
Molly
the DC
stealthy?
technically
She
the
has high
DC
dex.
stat would be his passive perception.
Oh, I didn't mean to roll for Molly, but I assume you're okay with the roll that I just did.
I don't know. What's the roll you just did?
Oh, I guess I didn't show it. You know what? No, before I'm not even gonna say the roll I just did because I shouldn't have rolled for her. That's
No,
you
we're
guys.
we're
need
just
to
gonna
be
go and
doing
use
that.
that roll. Just go with that roll.
I'm not gonna tell you what it is or what it isn't.
Okay.
I will say you could potentially do higher, and what I rolled no probably is not enough, so you might want to do it again.
Oh, well, 20.
Hold.
He
No, is
glances
it-
in
is
your
it-
direction.
Is it Dex saving
Okay.
throws or Dex? I think it's Dex saving throws that she has advantage on, not Dex checks.
No.
Yeah, it's saving throws that she gets advantage on.
He says, "When
Oh,
will you
wait.
learn to just give up?"
Hold on. Molly has luck points now.
Okay.
Oh.
I
I'm
don't
gonna let
if
you
it's-
know there's really only one number that's gonna work here.
Well,
Ugh.
I guess we'll just save it.
Yeah, save that shit. It's whatever. It's not a big deal.
All right.
Technically, Non's
Oh.
still hidden.
Yeah, Anand, he doesn't. That's true. He has no idea Anand is there. But you
Just that
also don't
Molly
have
is.
line of sight on him because you have 100% coverage. So, all right, is that the end of Anand's turn?
Yeah, I don't know what bonus actions he's got. He didn't give me further direction, so that's that for me.
All right. He is going to use one of his legendary actions to just cast a cantrip. I told you my plan was beautifully simple.
Okay, and what cantrip?
I guess you would know because Anand's there. I didn't count on that. I thought you wouldn't know what the cantrip is. No big deal. Just a little spell called Blade Ward.
Yeah, and I was going to cast Counterspell.
He's also going to cast Counter Spell.
Well, how would he do that if he doesn't know Anon's there?
Fair point. But he knows Anand's there now.
Okay,
The counter
Okay.
spell goes off, but he knows
Alright.
Anand is there now.
mark off the a third level spell slot for him.
Let's fucking go, man. There you go.
All right, Lucas, you're up.
Okie dokies.
Oh, before we do this, Crixus, I know you want to be the last person to hit and finish this guy off, but do you have a way to get up there?
Well, if he can move.
Oh
80
shit,
feet,
biscuits!
think-
I totally did the
A
whole
little
wrong
faster
thing with the
than that.
nod. I did.
Oh shit!
I took
You
the
were
wrong
supposed to be
person.
Crixus up there.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to be.
Excuse me. I thought you guys talked and had like a change of plan. But,
No!
I can,
No,
I did the completely wrong thing.
I thought I
I
heard
can
him wrong.
fly and I can move 80 feet, or if I dash, I can move 160. So I should be able to just go right up after him.
And you're hasted, so you have a hasted action.
Well,
Oh,
and if
yeah.
you're hasted, then that doubles your movement speed anyway.
Oh,
Yeah,
true.
well, I was looking from 40 to 80. I could use my hasted action to dash. because
But
that's one of the
it's
things you do
okay.
with-
I'm still not worried because one of the things you just did freed up a legendary action for me. I no longer have to use a legendary action for something else. I'm still not worried. I still feel like I'm going to get out of this.
Okay.
Lucas.
Cool.
Well,
Yeah.
since I totally screwed up the plan, it's been a month.
Well, it just seems like Crixus got it figured out.
Yeah, well, and it's also not as far as what we thought it was going to be to get to the top of the hole anyway.
Oh yeah.
So, I'm going to see Bon that is not in the ground at the moment, and I'm going to just take a little walk on over to him, grab his hand, and wrap my cloak around him, and we are going to quicken spell Dimension Door and join the fray.
You're using your Cloak of the Money Bank?
Yep.
And you
Ba-
can actually go pretty much anywhere you want in his proximity because you know where he's at. Actually, both of you do.
Yeah.
Um,
So, can I do a
So-
stealth check to see if I'm hidden?
yes, you can, but that depends on where Lucas decides to take you.
Okay.
So
open
I'm
up
going to
this
drag
other
you
map.
onto the map, Lucas, and just put yourself really anywhere.
Alrighty. Give me one second. I gotta see what it is I'm doing here.
Actually, real quick though, before you take your turn, were you
Oh,
blinked out?
actually,
Yeah, I was blinked out.
You were blinked out? Darn. I'm going to use a legendary action of Parthogs before you take your turn.
Okay.
So he's going to go and he's going to fire a Devastation Beam at...
did he even get that recharge back? Oh no, this is the barrage that he has to. Never mind.
Yeah. And also another thing I realized too, technically, and this is my bad, so we're just going to play it as is, Molly shouldn't have been able to give chase the last time because he had both her and Connor grappled. I just completely forgot about that. So we're going to pretend that that's not the case.
Molly used her Kashima to get over to him.
Teleport. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
That
too.
wouldn't even mattered.
Yeah. So he's going to just use a Devastation Beam attack on Bon. And
So
as he
how
does this, you
did
see a little...
Oh, we're still in the
You
middle
see
of
the
it.
little thing on his forehead flash whenever he does this.
Okay.
Did Anon
That hits.
successfully do his thingy?
Kinda. I screwed it
Ron,
up,
are you,
but
what are
we
you
got it
resistant
what
to
we
right
wanted.
now?
What am I resistant to right now?
Yeah.
Not much. Poison.
Are you resistant
Immune
to
to
fire?
poison. I'm not resistant to fire yet. No,
All right, so I'm just gonna drop the damage on you.
that's fine.
All right. Now you may take your turn. So you and. All right. So because you decide where you put Bon, so you put yourself somewhere on the map and then put Bon anywhere within 5 feet of you.
So, I want to say I can make a stealth check anyway because I have the feat
Ulker.
Stalker. Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. You don't have to have cover to hide.
I do not.
That's a good point. So yeah, you can go ahead and roll that, and Lucas, just put yourself where you want to be.
Okay. Let's do the. Oh, sorry. Hold on. There's something else I gotta remember. I have to do as well, but I'll get to that in a moment. Hold on.
Nice. That was a good stealth check.
Not only that, but seeing as he got hit by that fire thing, I will use my hasted action to pour a potion of fire resistance into Bond's mouth.
Nice.
We'll hit the dimension
Okay.
door. I'm going to go ahead and let's actually get a little bit further back because I know Bond has plenty of range. So I'm going to get over here. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and mosey on because I don't have my broom with me at the moment. Molly does. So I'm now going to move with my 60 feet of movement because I am hasted. And I can also walk across magma.
That's right, you have those. What is it that you have that lets you walk on liquid surfaces again?
It's just magma. And that is
Oh,
the...
is
my
that
regalia.
like the dragon cloak thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Red Claw's regalia.
Your legendary artifact that you stole from the Forbidden Vaults.
I've gotten so much use out of it. So much use out of it.
It's funny, nobody ever figured out where that legendary dangerous dragon cloak from the age of the war between the giants and dragons went. Where did that go?
I did take it to a dyer shop, if you recall, so it's a different color now than what it used to be.
Ah, okay.
And then, as goofy as this may seem, but there's not a whole lot I can do right now, I'm going to take the dodge action.
Okay.
And I got to look something up here, 1 second.
Oh, would you have gone back that far, Lucas?
If you told me not to, then I wouldn't have.
I would have told you not to, because my
Alright.
plan was to put a wind wall right there,
Okay.
and in that intersection.
If I would rather be removed from the situation at the moment.
Okay, then that's fine. If you want to be separated by a wind wall, that works.
Yes. And then give me 1 second. I gotta look something up here because I've got, stuff going on. I cast a 4th level spell because that's what it is when I do Dimension Door.
You used your cloak for that dimension door, though, didn't you?
Yeah, but we discussed this last time. The cloak allows me to cast the spell. Right? That's how I was able to use as a hasted
casting
action.
a spell. Yeah, it counts as casting a spell with 100%. And
Okay.
follows all the rules of that.
So I have to do something. So I take 40-10 necrotic damage.
Gavin,
Yeah, you do.
Just
And
to
that
and
cannot be mitigated in any way.
So I take 14
just to-
points of damage.
just to iterate this is a wall right here, right? The only way to leave is that door. I'll ping it. Hold on. Bit right here. I'm pinging it.
Technically, that door doesn't extend into the water or the lava.
But no, there's a whole wall, or else we would have been able to see into the other room while we were in the other one.
That's a good point. You would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. It goes all the way across.
Hold
Okay,
on.
cool.
Nah, not worth it. Continue on with what I was doing before. I'll hit over here. And I blink out.
Okay.
And 1 second. I gotta do one last thing here. Haja!
Oh,
I almost had a nat 20 with my cat. I almost had a nat 20 with my
Making
cat.
an attack with the cat.
Yeah, he goes on my turn, so.
Wait, the cat wouldn't have teleported with him, would it have?
No,
It
the
was on
cat
top
is
of
on
him.
Fulgur Mortis. The cat's been on Fulgur Mortis.
It's just like on top of him.
Yeah, I
Okay.
summoned it. You made me make an ability check to see if it could actually stay on him, like when I
and
first summoned him.
And I haven't shook him off, so.
So, no,
Alright.
there's a cat on him that's just riding out like a backpack.
Okay. He doesn't seem that concerned about the cat. Alright, is that the end of your turn?
No.
Fuck.
I want to change something that I really actually want to do instead. I don't want to take the dodge action. I'm going to give a low-key whistle, and I'm going to go ahead and bring Mr. Pibbles into the fight. Because I can use an action to summon him. Mr. Pibbles is going to be in there, and he's going to go ahead and distract him. So advantage on the next attack against him.
Can you summon Mr. Pibbles that far away from you?
there's no limitation on the range.
Hey, Tony, you've also got knowledge and stuff. Does
Let me
the
see.
help action work that way?
Knowledge.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Does the help action work that way? Can somebody give the help action to give you advantage at
On the next
range
attack.
against a target?
No, he's saying on. He's summoning them on him.
Just,
He's really far away from
yeah,
you right
it's
now,
within
though.
30 feet. It's within 30 feet.
Hold-
I misread it. Never
did-
mind.
Okay.
Now it depends. Is it Bond making the action or Lucas?
Lucas
Because
was
That'd be-
Lucas's find
making
familiar.
his cat do the help action.
If it's Lucas's find familiar, he can cast spells through the cat.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't see why he can't use the help action for his spells.
Hold on.
But if it was Bond, I would
No,
say
no,
that.
I can Gavin, I can already tell you this is not going to work. So
Okay.
disregard what I said. Dodge action. That's it.
Okay. Is that
I
the
can
end of your
cast
turn?
spells through the familiar. I can't cast them through my other summon cats. That's the difference. So I couldn't make that work. Dodge action into turn.
All right. He's going to use his second legendary action, and he's going to cast Blade Ward.
What, he can do that twice in a row like that?
He can add, and he's not the only creature that can do this because a Lich can do this too, and as well as several dragons in the game can use cantrips as legendary actions.
What does that do?
And it is one legendary action. Gives him resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage,
Even if it's magical?
even if it's magical.
Okay.
So Magma Scorpion 2, it is gonna take its multi attack, and it is going to make. It's gonna do a claw attack at Crixus and a sting attack at Ayla.
Ayla, both are immune to poison.
Yeah, I know, but the claw doesn't do poison damage anyway.
Okay. Alright, cool.
A
Misses
25, and that misses. Okay,
yeah.
good thing. I would have grappled you if that hit. Then he's going at Ayla with a sting attack. I'm rolling the claw attack because I messed something up, but it's the sting attack damage. Does that does hit, but she is immune to poison, so it's just going to do the piercing damage. All right, and now. See, do I want to still do what I was gonna do? Yeah, I'm still gonna do what the original plan was. Like I said, my plan is beautifully simple. He is going to, and let me preface this by saying I feel terrible for doing this because I know you messed up your plan, and let me reassure you, I'm not doing this just because you messed up your plan. I was trying to do this hoping I would block Molly down there.
Sounds kind of sus.
He's going to turn towards the opening that he flew through. You're going to see a little missile turret pop out of his shoulder. He is going to aim up at the ceiling and fire a missile at the ceiling right above the hole that goes down into the pit that you came out of. Doing so, this is using one of his attacks. Doing so causes the ceiling to collapse. The room starts filling with lava, and it plugs the hole that goes down onto the battlefield in which everybody else is at.
From one missile attack?
Yeah. There's
One
no
missile.
there's no
From
roll.
one?
This just
How-
happens.
From one missile attack?
I'd let you
You're
guys use
telling
a
me-
bomb to blow up a ceiling or a wall.
Well, you're telling me. Well, usually something like that would have a HP point. Like a door has an HP hit points to destroy it. Usually
Let
something
me
like that would
see
have
if
a hit
stone
point.
wall has hit points. Actually, it does. Stone wall.
And I'm pretty sure
Dang,
that's a
that's
section of Stonewall.
That's actually
just-
kind of fair. That says a stone wall has 90 hit points.
Yeah. I was about to say, you can't just
But an AC of-
destroy.
All right, let's see what happens. I
This
said that
hole
I
keeps
was gonna
changing
let's
size
see
and
what
shape
happens.
as this goes on.
Will this... No, this isn't going to do 90 damage. Let's see how much it does. It does 30. Alright. Well, it's beginning to crumble, I will say that. It's unstable now, but I'll give you another round of it. Alright. And that is the end of his turn. So, well, it was already the end of his turn. Now it's Magma Scorpion 4's turn. Magma
was gonna say,
Scorpion
there's-
4 is...
Yeah, but he's out of legendary actions for this whole round now.
Yes, he is. Magma Scorpion 4 is going to come over here. And... yeah, he's just going to make an attack against Connor Blaze.
Yeah, that's fine.
Quad
Nobody cares
attack.
about that guy.
Yeah, that hits, and he has to make a concentration check. Oh, it automatically does it? That's awesome. Yep, that was a success. He rolled like shit, and that was still a success. And then a sting attack. That hits.
Does that do? What damage does that do?
Just piercing.
Well,
Oh, okay.
Connor's up in the air, isn't he? Are the little guys able to
Yeah,
hit him
he's
up
flying.
in the air?
Is he flying?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he's
he's
got
flying.
Tasha's otherworldly guys, so
Oh.
he can be up in the air.
I forgot that. So
He would be flying.
he would
There's
have
only like 57 things
25
happening, Gavin. Come on.
Just come on. You can't keep up with this shit.
Okay, so he would... let me take off 37 wounds from him.
I even said in the battle notes he was flying. Come on, man.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot going on.
I'm
right.
just messing with you.
Then, in that instance, he's too close to, or too far away to make an attack of opportunity. So he's going to come over here, and he's doing 2 attacks at Crixus. That hits. You got an answer for that? Lee?
What was it that he hit me with? Just his claws?
His claw.
I
27.
feel like my
27 to hit.
I feel like my answer is to just take the damage from the claw attack.
Yeah, you're at full health now from the wish spell, so I mean you've got some,
Yeah.
some
yeah.
beef on you.
I'd
Wait,
rather
why
save
is
it for a
Connor
crit or
Blaze
something
not
like
at full health?
Because people still got fucked up after I healed everybody.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
All right. So then, you're resistant to fire damage right now, aren't you?
that. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll roll this in the chat, and I'll tell you how much you
Oh,
take.
I'm gonna burn that fire resistance potion I gave Bond. Let me take that out of my inventory.
All right. So you take 24 points of damage. I've already taken the necessary damage out, but I should have asked you, are you absolutely sure? But that would have been too much of a hint. You're grappled.
Okay.
Just automatically happens with a claw attack.
Uh-huh.
He is going to make, and I did the last one's turned wrong, so that's fine. Again, there's 100 things going on. These things actually get 3 attacks, 2 with the claws and 1 with the stinger. I forgot to do that on the last turn. He's going to attack you again with his other claw. Can't be double grappled, but... well, that's going to be a miss. And he's making an attack with his stinger at you. And that misses. Okay. But you are grappled by one of his claws.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. And that's going to be the end of his turn. Parthog is going to take one of his legendary actions. And he's going to do a ranged attack at you. A devastation beam.
Oh,
Yeah,
By
that
the way, you didn't
hits.
move my marker, by the way. Like, it's still down at the bottom there with the Parthog and all.
What do you mean? You
Is there
would
like
still be
a-
down there.
Is there like a separate map for up where,
There is, but you're
you
not
want
up there yet.
oh, I thought I was up there. I thought he was the one that grappled me.
No, it's the scorpion that grappled
Oh.
you. One of the
Oh, shoot. Okay. Yeah, gotcha.
All right, so I'll you're resistant to fire, so I'll roll it in the chat so you can calculate it. So that is 14 fire damage plus 9 necrotic for a total of 23 points of damage. If you'll add 23 more wounds, please. And it is now Parthog's actual turn. So let's see if he hits the recharge. He does not. So how many attacks does he get again? That's right. Okay. So there's really only 3 of you guys down here, so he's sharing the love. So he's going to come over here, and because he's a colossal creature, he has the range to just make attacks, melee attacks at all of you, because big creatures have big ranges. So that's going to be a bite attack at Connor. Yep, that definitely hits.
Connor's going out on this round.
He is resistant to fire damage, so...
He's
Bro,
immune
he's
to
got-
fire damage.
Oh, he's immune to fire damage, that's right. So let me take away all of this fire. So that's 29 points of damage. He needs to make a Constitution saving throw DC 15, I want to say. He succeeds. All right, now he's going at... He's got 2 pincer attacks. So he's going with a pincer attack at Crixus and 1 at Ayla.
I got no more damage. No damage I can do.
That hits. But again, you're resistant to fire damage, so let me just... You're adding all this in, right, Lee? Whenever I tell you to? Lee?
Was it not already putting the damage on my character? Oh shit, it's not.
No, I've been asking you to add it because I'm having to... I can't just drag it on your character because you're resistant to part of the damage.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I need to go back and grab it. Magnet Scorpion, so that was... So it's half whatever it was, okay.
Well, I'll go back and do the math.
I'm going back through it, don't worry about it. Oh, but-
I don't think you can see what you need to be able to see. So it's 24 plus... No, how far back does this go? 24. I thought there was 3 things I hit you with, not 2.
No, you only hit me with 1 attack, so that's just 24. And that's after
Okay,
it's being half or before it's half?
That's after just having the fire damage. So that's 24,
That's it.
and then
You hold on. There was your legendary action before him, which was 23 damage between the
Yeah.
fire and necrotic.
24, 23, so that's 47, and then the pincer attack right now is 58.
Oh, wait, whoops.
So that's 105 that you have taken in wounds.
Got it.
All right. What was I doing? All right. Yeah. Second pincer attack. Oh, and you are. We'll just say he yanks you out of the other thing's grip because you're not going to be grappled by 2 of these things. You know what? No, he has you in the air, and the other one's hanging from you as he lifts you into the air as he grapples you. He's just basically a fishing lure at the moment. He's doing another pincer attack at Ayla. That hits. I don't think she has resistance to fire at the moment.
They all got potions of fire resistance. None of them drank it.
Yeah.
All right, and she is now grappled. What does he have left? 1 with its carapace. The carapace attack is going to go at Connor. That's a natural 20. He's going down. He's going
Bye,
down.
Connor. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Well, he managed to do nothing in this fight, so he can go out doing nothing as well.
You know, you made a great tank.
So,
Just taking
the
all those
damage-
hits for
Does
me.
no one have silvery barbs there?
I don't think anybody down there does.
Bro,
He
it's not
takes
gonna
none of his
matter.
fire, so that's
Actually,
no
I do.
It is
I do.
Guys,
16.
I'm gonna let you know,
186.
he's only
Oh,
got
that was a crit.
he's got less than 50 hit points. This thing's doing like 50 hit points regardless.
He's taking 87 points of damage with this, with his fire resistance. He's down.
You fire immunity.
Or fire
Wait,
immunity, I
do
mean. Yeah,
have silver
fire
barb.
immunity. I took all the fire damage out.
Okay, cool.
I
Are
do
you-
have
you said
silver
you-
barb. I just
are you
don't know
gonna
if I want
use
to take Connor plays with it, but I can.
Just tell Ayla to get used
Hey,
to
you
save
know
him
what?
up.
Never mind. Go ahead and burn it to see if you can keep him, because your turn's up next, so you'll get your reaction back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'll use silver barb for that then. I need to mark up the spot.
All right, let's roll the attack again.
I get one for free because of my.
Well, it hits, but it's not a critical. So
Yeah.
Can you cast shield or something at this point?
let me look. Actually, that might be a. It wouldn't help him. So that's 65 points of damage. He still goes down.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
His
Oh, well.
otherworldly guys drops.
We tried.
And he goes down.
So this scorpion has a plus 24 to hit.
And a challenge rating of 38.
Don't talk challenge rating. Plus 24. You could literally roll a 0 to attack, and you would still hit Lucas every time.
Same with me. You only have to roll a 20 to hit me.
All right, he's got a tail attack left, and that tail attack is going to go a 1 to 3 is Crixus, or a 4 or 5 or 6 is Ayla. I rolled a 6, so it's going at Ayla. But I think, is she immune to poison at the moment?
She is.
Yeah.
All right. All right, well then just rolling the straight damage on her, but it's, okay,
Oh, she has like a masculine
Crixus.
word.
you are up.
Alrighty, so you said on grapple.
You
He's
are,
in the
you
wood.
are, yeah,
I'm
so
grappled by the-
technically you're grappled by 2 creatures. You're grappled by Parthog, but then the other scorpion is hanging from you as he grapples you as well.
Arthog, who's like 10 feet away from me.
He's a
well,
colossal creature.
A colossal creature. So his pincer attack has a 20-foot range.
Okay. So, can I Misty Step if I'm grappled?
Yes.
You can.
Okay, I think that'd probably be the best use is to use a bonus action to Misty Step.
Yeah, you're
Which-
double grappled at the moment.
Yeah, I don't
We'll
feel
say-
like using the action to, yeah.
Let's see. Hold on, I got to figure out how far up in the air you already are. So a medium is 4 to 8. Large is 8 to 16. Huge is 16 to 32. Gargantuan is 32 to 64. Colossal is 64 to 128. We'll say this thing's about 100 feet tall. And he's got you grappled at mid-level. You're 50 feet in the air right now.
Okay.
Huh.
So I can just, that only gets me 30 feet away, but I would go 30
But
feet up.
what I'm saying is you're about 30 feet to the opening. Because this was an 80-foot ceiling.
Okay, well then I
Well,
would.
actually, it'd have to be 100 feet at least. Because he's 100 feet tall. Whatever, don't worry about it. Yeah, you're about 30 feet from the opening. Let's not overcomplicate it.
Okay, well then I'm going to Misty Step 30 feet towards the opening, which puts me at the entrance of the opening.
You're
I'm gonna use
120
my-
feet up, down now. You're 120 feet down now.
What do you think about using the
Okay, 120 feet from Fulgo Mortis.
From the top of the hole, and Fulgur Mortis is like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet into the room when you get to the top.
Okay, so I'm going to use my hasted action to dash, so that gives me 160 feet of movement to go through this tunnel, which is supposed
That
to be
gets you
80
to him.
feet, right? Okay, all right. Can I be put on the map over there?
Yeah, let me do that for you. All right, there you are.
All right. as I fly up through the hole and lay eyes on him and start coming at him, I'm screaming his name. Oh, Grand Mortis! Sorry if that was too loud.
He
I'm
smirks.
lunging for him. I'm going for him.
So,
And I'm gonna
funny
attack.
enough, if you get on the opposite side of my cat, that's still flanking. Because I do have my shadow, like my cat of catastrophe with him.
On top of him.
Okay, which side is the cat of catastrophe on?
On top,
on-
so you
on
have
his
to get
back?
below him.
Yeah.
Should I make it actually make an NPC sheet for the cat of catastrophe? Because I keep forgetting that it's
You
there.
have one.
Is it already up? Where
No,
is
you
it?
don't have
I
it up. You have an icon for it.
Well, I know that. I was in like put them on here.
Yeah, probably. So we don't forget about it.
Like I keep doing.
So, if you flank with cat, you get advantage.
All right,
Okay,
yeah, I
so
will absolutely flank
Lucas.
this cat for advantage.
Hold on, let me give the cat a catastrophe. I'm gonna give it an initiative of 21, so it's next to you in the initiative order. So, and you're flying right now, Crixus, so you can put yourself right there if that's where you'd want to be. Because the cat of catastrophe, like, well, it's on him, so never mind. But sure, yeah, you get flanking. Why not?
Okay. I don't think I've used any luck points, so I have those for you too. All right, I'm just gonna roll to attack. I'm just doing straight attacks with my sword. Do I roll it on him? I know you said that he had that blade ward or whatever on.
Yeah. So let me just actually put that on him, so we can just make this simple. Hold on one sec.
Just say when.
Yeah, I'll let you know when. I'm trying to. Where the hell is it? All right, just I know the easy way to. Well, I can't say easy, but somewhat easy way to do this. I'll just erase the from non-magical weapons and just make it bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
Excuse me.
There we go. All right, go ahead.
If he's resistant to that, maybe I should use, excuse me, Ice and Death Frost on him. And
Was he resistant to non-magical weapons?
Yeah, it's just all flesh.
That would shut down his regen.
Yeah, well,
So what I did.
3d8 isn't a bunch of damage.
She'll still do a bunch of damage.
Okay, shut
nothing
down
else,
regen
yeah.
is better than.
Is Cone
Someone
Cold
do
War?
it
I can't pull it up through the module. I'm gonna look it up. All right, yeah, I'll go ahead and just do. Well, he might take only half damage. Well, either way, he's gonna take ice damage, and like you said, shut down his healing. He's not even in the red, so yeah, I think I will do icing death.
Oh, he's heavy.
No, he's heavy.
Dude,
He's heavy.
Oh, that's the other one that.
The green that you're seeing is from the cat of catastrophe. He's
Okay, that's
heavy.
why.
No.
Yeah, okay, I see. Well, he's still not quite in the red.
No, he's in the red. That is a reddish red. That is the reddest of the red.
Orange. Okay.
It's like a heavy orangish red, but I think that's the deepest the color gets. I don't think it gets
He's
redder
a
than
little
that.
deeper.
Does it?
He gets
Oh,
a
Alright,
little
well,
bit deeper.
Since I have advantage, I'm just gonna go ahead and roll to attack.
Like if you see Magma Scorpion 2, that's the heavy red that it gets.
I'm gonna use a luck point to
okay.
roll that because that was a crappy roll.
You're right. It can get a deeper shade of red, but
Point is,
That's
he's pretty
a
fucked up.
29.
29. Let me see.
Was it good?
Yeah, no,
That cat looks-
nothing I can do. Nothing I can do against a 29.
That cat looks so much like the freaking cat from Alice in Wonderland.
That's where it's pulled from.
Literally is that.
Oh, nice.
So that's 16 damage, and then also he's gonna take what is it? An extra 2d8 fire damage, or no, ice damage. Sorry. So actually, the
damage.
ice damage will shut his healing down.
Yeah, so let me do a thing for you real quick.
Yeah.
Just for good measure, so that way we can automate this whole process. because if you actually roll the cold damage on him, it'll make it where his healing will shut down automatically, and then I don't have to remember. So
I don't-
what is it?
yeah,
It's
I don't want you to
2d8.
do that.
You said?
Yeah. That's something like my blood fury tattoo.
Okay, so I added it on there. Let's just, I'll just remember it. Yeah, I realized that my idea wasn't gonna work, but in the future it will. So just everybody remember, he doesn't heal. I'm sure nobody will neglect to remind me when his turn comes around that he doesn't heal.
Okay, so I'm not doing.
Yeah, I'll just add the 11 damage to him.
Okay. All right, so along with that 11 damage, I'm still going to go ahead and do my blood fury tattoo. Like I'm trying to finish him here. So that's what 46. I think I can just have the damage right on him. That's partially resisted. Okay, and then I get another swing at him. I got to mark off one of those. One more swing at advantage. That's a hit. For 23 damage. And then
Right.
7 frost damage.
So
Okay.
he does piercing damage during that, right? Or does some type of
I think it's slashing.
Slashing.
slashing? Okay.
He's slashing, fire,
So I'm
and
gonna-
I'm adding in the blood fury tattoo.
But I'm
for
seeing that
extra
seems like he's resistant to some physical attacks, correct?
I'm not really sure you'd be able to pick up on that.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter anyways. What I'm gonna do does extra damage, so there's no real reason why I have to give to use it.
Well, we'll see
Alright, so that's
what happens after Molly goes. So I mean, we still got things happening here.
I know. I know.
So that's all I can do. His healing is shut down though by my frost damage on him, and also
Yes.
we're both 2 of us are flanking him. So. Yep,
Okay.
And that's my turn. I'll go ahead and attack this. That's over to you, Gavin.
All right, Magma Scorpion 3.
It's gonna go finish off Furzin.
my God. Among other things. So it's going to come up here. It's going to make one attack at Furzin with advantage. That is 2 failed death saves. Furzin is down. It's then going to turn to Connor Blaze. Make an attack at him with advantage. And somehow miss.
Let's go, baby.
All
Even
right.
though you ain't done shit, he's still freaking.
I forgot to mention though that he was flying whenever he went down.
Whatever.
So that is an immediate failed death save from the fall.
No, it's not, because he wasn't flying. He was grappled. If he got hit by one of these things, it would have been in their hand.
That is
That's
true.
right, he was grappled. All right, fair enough.
I pay attention to the details.
So a sting attack that hits, and that's 2 failed death saves for him. So Molly, you are up.
Alright. I am going to do a quick run and jump over this lava.
Okay.
And just go to town. Where's that going?
So
Roll
you're
a
using
D-
reckless attack.
Roll a d4.
What's the D4 for?
She's got a potion of heroism.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So,
So you roll a 26 to hit.
there you go.
A 26 does hit, but he's going to use his reaction to cast shield.
If you want to try and roll
So that
higher,
doesn't
you
hit.
can use a luck point.
If
Not if he's already used shield.
Oh, well then.
well,
Shield is reliant on the attack roll reaching its conclusion.
unless somebody wants to use a reaction to cast counterspell, if they have it.
I'm too far to be able to reach him with that.
Not you, not referring to you.
That was not
I'm
a you
referring.
statement.
I don't know if does
Crixus?
Crixus have counterspell?
Sadly, I do not.
Damn. Okay, never
I'm gonna
mind.
keep hitting it.
I have silvery barbs, but not counterspell.
That's fine. Yeah. Oh well. I mean, it was an idea.
Yep.
All right, so I'll just let you know if it hits or not whenever you roll. But a 26 doesn't hit.
And then
But you
roll
can keep going.
Roll your dice on him.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I clicked it. And I was like, oh,
Well, you just you get
drag drop. Drag and drop?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
What's
I
up?
don't know why it looks. I hate it so much.
I mean, still 23 with a 10 is pretty freaking sick.
And then roll
That
a
doesn't
d4. Roll a d4.
Oh.
I mean, it hits anyway. Yeah.
So it's a 28 to hit.
That does not hit. Not with the shield up.
What the fuck? Okay. Holy
Okay.
hell.
Well, with a 5 and a 4, do you want to re-roll with a luck point?
Yeah.
Re-roll.
You got to keep that D4 though, but I'm sure you don't mind that.
Who would?
So it's a 28 to hit again.
Does not hit.
Cool. Done. Next.
Yep. That's her turn.
Let's do.
All right, let's see what happens with Connor. Death save. If he fails this, he is dead.
Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20.
The minimum it took to succeed. Okay, yeah,
Now
he's
Ayla's turn.
still up. Yep, now she's gonna try and save the day.
Mass
so she.
healing word.
Let me look at what her staff even has on it. Not mass healing word, but it
Just
does
keep
have
'em
mass
up,
cure
baby.
wounds.
Just keep them up, baby.
So it does have mass cure wounds. So yeah, she's gonna use 10 charges, and she's actually running super low. In fact, she only has.
Just keep them up.
Oh wait, mass cure wounds takes 5 charges.
Yes.
Oh, the staff is out of charges. This is the last charges that the staff has. So after this, her staff is empty.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
So mass cure wounds. She can target 6 creatures in a 30-foot radius sphere centered on a point within 60 feet. It's really only.
There's only 2 of them there.
Yeah, so it's just going to be her and Connor Blaze that gain the benefits of this. So let me roll the healing in the chat. So she heals for 19, and Connor Blaze is now up. So she's only at 96 wounds, and Connor Blaze is up with. What was that, 19? So 163 wounds, and that's it. Parthog is going to take one of his legendary actions, and just for a little bit of flavor here, Fulgur Mortis is going to just say a little something. Not really knowing that where you are, of course, Bond, but he imagines you're probably within listening distance. He's going to say, by the way, you better hurry. Someone that means something to you might not have a lot of time. And he's going to.
I still don't get how that motherfucker, one glance, he can figure out who's fucking who. All right, like that just baffles me.
He has a very pervy hobbies. You never know.
Whatever. Still,
So what is the most damaging attack that this thing has? 35, 20. Let's see. Fight attack. Pincer attack. It's going to be a pincer attack at her.
hold up. How many has he used? He's used so many. I
This
think
is
he's
Parthog.
used 3. I know Parthog used 3.
Okay.
I want to say.
He had a turn after that.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Go.
I was about to say Parthog used a fucking lot.
But-
All right, yeah, I see that.
Somehow, it actually missed.
Fuck off on that, motherfucker. Alright, cool. Bond doesn't know that, but me personally feels great about it.
Well, speaking of Bond,
Yes, sir.
will this be your moment to shine, or will this end with disappointing failure? Let's see what you got.
So, quick question, Gavin. Let's see this right here. Would this make my total? Would this make my total? Right? Would this make my total? All my damage? Because this is an ability with a Cloak of Regalia. It says it ignores resistance to piercing damage.
It does what it does.
Okay, so my entire shot is
That-
ignored.
One singular shot, yes. Ignores
I can't use
resistance
the
to piercing damage.
I can't use Regalia multiple times in a turn. I have
I'm
all the
pretty
charges.
Let me look at your item.
Here, I link it. There.
Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. I wasn't sure whether it ran on charges or whether it was like single feature where you can only use each feature once. No, it's charges. So no, you could.
Wait. Okay.
I
So first,
completely forgot about this freaking item.
yep. All right.
All right, yeah. You've already used your action surge, I think, though, right?
I have. I am hasted as well. And as Bond fires this shot, do I have a grit point left? I have 1 grit point left. I'm going to use a grit point to make it a violent shot. And as he shoots this shot, it leaves his pattern. I'm gonna use the Regalia thing. Yeah, I think a 19 fucking hits.
Unfortunately.
Thank God, because the 2
So
and the 5
he
that
is
got
not-
dropped were terrible.
Yeah, he's not resistant to this at all.
Roll it in the chat so I can add it.
I'm gonna re-roll one of those
So we
fours.
can change the HP levels.
No, I'm
The
not.
4 is gonna stay a
I swear to
4.
you, I'm not.
That shot also adds a D10 with the Regalia, which is gonna be a 1, and the violent shot adds a D12.
Can you roll something
So,
decent on
sorry.
your damage dice?
I know, right?
26, 27. That's 30, right?
I believe so. The first D12 doesn't matter. Ignore that single D12.
Yeah, I know. I added
Okay.
the 1 from the D10s for 27, and
The
then
sneak attack is piercing as well, but it wouldn't get resisted because like the entire attack.
Yeah, no, you're correct.
There we go,
There you
on some
go.
good numbers.
There you go. Dude, holy fuck. There's not a single thing below 5 in that.
Okay, I think you get 1 more attack.
I do.
I'm just gonna
Indeed.
give you a little sneak peek behind the curtain. I wasn't accounting for you being able to get past the resistance.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna bonus action reload.
Hold on. For dramatic effect here, I
Yeah.
want to do a thing. Because I don't want there being any question about anything. So let me change what his resistance says, because I want you to be able to drag this onto him.
Okay.
All right, you should be able to just drag the damage onto him now.
And as I aim this final shot, I look over at Crixus and I'm like, I know you wanted this man, but we cannot let him go. I'm knocking that off because I used one earlier.
Was there something else you were going to say?
No, that was it.
Okay. I'm just going to look over to you and say, take the shot.
And as I do,
Uh-oh.
20.
That doesn't hit.
Luck point.
Okay.
Hey, Bon. Did you
Yeah.
see my little message in there?
I did, but I really want to get a crit on this motherfucker.
Okay.
What message? Yeah, that hits.
And he is not resistant to this piercing damage.
I have to run to the restroom today.
What is it partially resisted? Oh. From
Poison
what?
and necrotic.
Poison and necrotic. Okay, that's fine. He also takes a D10 of this.
You said a D10?
A D10, yeah.
So I just want to ask you something. Is that your last bit of damage? Is there any other damage after that?
That's regalia damage. That's regular damage. I'm just marking this off. Action surge damage. Oh, you know what I haven't been doing? This thing's loaded with slaying bullets. I was I was literally slamming slaying bullets in this
You just
thing.
had to reload it, and you didn't say the slaying bullet.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I didn't. But my intention was to... why does it mark them all off? God damn it. Whatever. All right.
Did your first bullet have a slaying bullet damage on it? Because you hit him with the first bullet already. If that was already loaded.
that first one should have. Yeah, that first one should have been a slaying bullet. So I'm
I'm
gonna
going
need him.
somewhere with this. I promise.
Okay. I'm gonna need to make a Constitution saving throw.
You have advantage. You have advantage on everything.
Does he have advantage on a Constitution check?
Oh no, him. I'm sorry. I thought you said you.
Yeah, no. He has to.
Well, he succeeded on that con save. So does that
That's
mean he
fine.
takes none of it or half of it?
Takes half. 1,
So-
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 D10.
Nick,
Oh,
he
6
had
D10.
1 hit point left.
No, he didn't. Oh my gosh.
So the reason I've been hyping up, like, whether that was your last bit of damage or not, is because with that D4, you matched his max HP. Exactly.
Oh, I thought it was like 1 hit point left.
Oh shit. Oh, so he was dead even before the slaying bullet. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, make my life a pain in the ass. How do you want to do this? I thought I
Nope.
had you guys with the Blade Ward. I thought I really did.
Nope. It's fucking. Oh, okay.
I was like, he's gonna have one more attack on this guy, and there's no way he can do 200 plus damage with a single shot, which is what you would have had to have done with the Blade Ward.
Mm-hmm. No, it's like, yeah, I can. What's it? Oh, so as Crixus gives me or tells me to take the shot, I line it up perfectly with him, straight, not in the head, but where his heart would be, and I shoot this shot as it pierces him, and he drops to the ground, lifeless, and just there. How many feet am I away from him?
So
Damn.
as
Okay,
you
never
take the
mind.
shot, I'm going to add a little bit of flavor to this. As you take the shot, he turns to you, and just for a brief moment after you fire the shot, you hear him screaming, "No!" And as the bullet gets closer, and he raises up his wing in an attempt to block it, fortifying his magic. And almost as if, like, in Crixus, you see this happen, almost as if it's in slow motion, as this magical barrier crumples like a glass window in front of you, sparkling as it trickles down to the ground. As he holds up his wing in an attempt to block this shot, the bullet piercing straight through, piercing steel, as you see his wing shatter, metal and scales going everywhere, completely buffeting the ground in front of you. As it hits him center mass, leaving a giant gaping hole in his chest. As he reaches out for you, Crixus, he attempts to stab you, a blade appearing out, and this is just for dramatic effect. As he goes for your throat, the blade barely makes contact with a single trickle of blood. Just one little drop, as his attack is just slightly falls short. And he reaches up at you and he just goes, "Fuck," and crumples lifeless.
Mm.
Awesome.
So
I would expect nothing less from the man of 289.
it was 389, I think. But yeah,
289.
that's what. Oh, was it? Oh yeah, that's right. It's 289. My bad. You're right.
You
You're
haven't
right,
beaten that
Cody.
record yet, but I feel like it might
No, I
happen
have
by the
not.
end of the campaign.
It might. I hope it does. That'd be some magical stuff.
It's gonna be in the Dargathoth fight when it happens.
Yeah,
Cool.
probably.
Hey,
All right.
Gavin,
What's up?
can I fit Fulgur Mortis' corpse in my bag of holding?
He's 8 feet tall.
Do I need to break him down? Because he's got a lot of
Hold on.
technological parts that I would want, like
He's
the
60% mechanical.
Yeah.
He's more machine than he is half dragon at this point.
yeah, like the gun arm thing that he took from me, basically stole. Like maybe there's something I could salvage from his corpse. His
Okay,
mechanical-
hold up. Yeah, that's fine. You can do that, Gavin. I want to do a thing. I still have. It's still my turn. I still have an
Yeah, he
action.
could probably fit.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I'm gonna use my full movement to get right here, because that would be 60 feet, because I'm hasted. Then I'm gonna use my hasted action to dash another 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And for my reaction, I hold my hand up and I take him as
It has
a soul.
to, unfortunately, be at the moment of their death.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
it's in the
sure.
same turn.
Let me look into it.
I mean, it's in the same turn. I don't know if it states that, but I feel like at the moment of his death is in the same turn. Because I mean, this is happening in the matter of seconds. I feel like I would have seconds to take the soul token.
Excuse me. I don't think
Trying
it's
to
gonna
figure
be
out where that
specific.
feature even is.
Token of the departed.
I just have to be a rule of cool there, DM. Either that or shut it
life
down, but I
ends in
don't
your
think it's
When
presence.
a life ends in your presence, you are able to search. S- s- Here, I'll drop it in the chat. Hey, you want to know something cool?
Yeah, I see it.
If you highlight something when a thing is unlocked and then lock it, it stays highlighted.
Hey, I'm pretty sure that Shizuki's done the same thing with Soul Cage. Like, killed somebody, then ran up and stole their soul before the end of his turn.
I can confirm, maybe. I don't remember.
It was only 6 years ago.
Gavin, do you want to allow it or not? I'm going to be honest. I don't think there's going to be anything you're going to find that's going to give you the specifics. It's just, you
No,
got to
it
take it in your
did
own
give me the
interpretation.
specifics.
Did it?
Technically speaking, it wouldn't work. With that being said, all right, I'll rule of cool it this time. That won't work in the future, though.
Okay, that's fine. Sweet. I got Bergamoga's soul. I have Bergamoga's soul.
A soul trinket.
No,
it is
because I
not
can.
literally his soul, but
No, it literally is his soul because I can crush it and ask him questions.
it's a piece
So it
of
is his soul.
But yeah,
I mean, it's his soul.
But what is a soul, DM? Can you explain that to me in this
Yeah.
game?
you can ask it one question. It's no under obligation to be truthful and answers as concisely as possible, eager to be free. The spirit knows only what it knew in life as determined by the DM. Gotcha. Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
Yeah, doesn't mean a zone of truth doesn't work on him, but yeah. And we've
I'll
used
look
it
into
in
more
that way
specifics
before.
of that.
Well,
But you
we've
might be
used
right.
it that way before.
Gentlemen, we still
You
have a
might be
fight
right.
to go.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you
Let's
do.
keep it rolling. That's the end of my turn.
Right.
I used my movement.
We've like barely even touched
Okay,
the Mama
well,
Scorpion.
I
Let
know.
me turn him into a bloody smear real quick.
It's a
and-
Non's turn.
Yeah, again, I really thought he was gonna make it. I thought like Bond's only gonna get one attack because he's gonna use his Phantom Shot, and it's the only thing he can attack him with, and he's gonna have Blade Ward on, so there's no way he's doing 200 plus damage in a single attack. All right, I gotta rework some stuff because he wasn't supposed to die until the end of the campaign.
You can't give us that fruit without us fucking shooting that motherfucker.
I will let you know if he'd had a turn, he would have been gone.
Yeah.
I just is Marte back or am I playing a nod?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
It's your turn, buddy.
What am I doing?
Well,
Well,
we just
oh,
finished killing
Bergamoga's just went
Fulgomortis, so
So now we're going back to killing the big
Yeah.
scorpion.
No, literally.
He's dead, but didn't
on
I
the Fulgor
teleport
Mortis.
out on my turn?
No, you teleported to him. We
I'll
are
just
up in
tell
the
you,
upper
Fulgor
echelon.
Mortis was supposed to be the mini boss of the final dungeon of the game, so now
Oh,
I don't know what
shit.
the
Yeah.
fuck I'm supposed to
Hey,
do.
go.
Like,
Oh, you wait, did you release his character to him?
I never
So-
took his character.
Oh, okay.
So to
Yeah.
answer his
I-
question,
We're on a
You-
different
Dude.
map, dude.
so you teleported Molly to where Fulgomortis was. We've killed Fulgomortis,
Yes.
so the bulk of us are up
Yes.
there, while only the two NPCs that came with us are still down with the giant scorpion. They're getting murdered pretty bad
We
right
need
now,
to get that.
and so we
Yeah.
probably need to get back to like help them. One of them's fully down. No, Connor's back up. So they're both up, but they're both really bad off.
Well,
So another
Hold on,
dimension
let me
door
check.
back would be great.
yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Hold on.
Yeah, we're just your arcane
I didn't
Uber
really-
apparently in this fight.
Yes.
Yeah, it seems like it, but that's fine.
Arcane curb.
You know, That's Dimension Door's 4th level, right? Yeah. Yeah. Let's do
Yes.
it. Let's go ahead.
Who are you
But
I
taking
got
with
it.
you?
you-
Let's. Who wants to go? And I hold my hand out. Whoever grabs it first, you go.
I think you really
You gotta
need Molly
choose.
down there. I think you
Molly,
really need
yeah.
Molly.
All right,
Molly.
I'm gonna grab Molly, and I'm gonna pop her in there.
Well, you'd have to move over to her, but that's fine.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, so I'm gonna drag you on to the other battle map, you and Molly. Put yourself anywhere on that map you would like, and then put Molly, and then Molly can go somewhere within 5 feet of you, of a location of your choice within 5 feet of you.
Yes.
But you can be anywhere on this map that you would like. I mean, you got 500 feet to play with. That can get you anywhere you want to go.
That's what she said. Okay. How tall is this cavern again?
80 feet.
80 feet. It's
But
500 feet
this
wide and
thing
80 feet high.
you cannot
Yeah.
fly high enough to be out of the range of this thing.
Well, I want to be. I understand. I'm going to be way up in the air, but she can go ahead and just jump right on it.
Well, you have to leave her within 5 feet of you.
That's a fair point. So I'll leave
But
her.
she is on a broom, so she can fly right now. So,
Good.
well,
So we'll fine. I understand what you're saying. I'm gonna
Yeah.
come here.
It's a colossal creature. It's got a shitload of reach.
Yep. It doesn't really matter at that point if it can reach me anywhere. So look, here she is. I'm dropping her right there, so she's
Okay.
within melee range. That's good enough for me. I've used my action, so I will yield.
all right, you're gonna leave yourself right there.
I mean, I dropped her here. How much more movement do I have? If I poofed into here, I've got, well... I
So
could
you
get a
were
little
right
bit more.
here. You used 5, 10. You still have 40 feet of movement. I don't
Well, I'm
want to
just
like
gonna back
beat
up
you
then.
into moving,
no.
but
Understand. It's probably a wise decision so I don't get one shot.
well, he's gonna make an attack of opportunity against you now.
So I shouldn't move.
You just did. You moved. So
Okay, then I'm just gonna stay here. I don't want to get attacked this turn. So it
you
is what it is.
You already moved.
Dude, he said he was gonna be there until you like coerced him into moving. He was
That's
gonna
why
end
I
his
said
turn
I
and
don't want to get attacked.
Don't want to coerce you
That's the
into
whole
moving,
point.
though. I said
You're
that.
trying to get me to move so you can hit me. I'm not. I'm poofing into existence right there with Molly, and then I'm
Okay.
staying put.
it's
In
all right.
the
This
future,
guy
no,
only.
I was not trying to get you to move,
Hey,
but
don't
That's what it
worry.
seemed
Yeah.
like, because I had already chosen my location.
Hey, it's only got a plus 24 to hit. What are the odds it's actually gonna hit you?
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, it's fine. Like, you can go on because I gotta put the kids to sleep. I'll be right back, and then I can finally sit
you
down.
guys
now that
left.
everyone's
But
gone.
Tony, you played 3.5 D&D, right? Like, end game bosses were literally this ridiculous in 3.5.
That's fine. Keep it going, man. Keep it going.
All right. Now it is Lucas's turn.
Oh, let me go back to the other map. All right, I need to know how the lighting in this little area is. Are we shadowy or are we lots of light?
It's all dim light, but if you pick basically like, well, the whole place is dim light, pretty much, unless you're right over the lava. So
My
basically
question
anywhere that's
is,
not lava is dim light.
do I have shadows?
Yeah.
All right.
I think specifically the way it works is just areas of dim light.
Yeah.
So if it counts
Sure.
as dim light, which anywhere that's not lava is dim light.
Well, now I'm super far away from the action, so I'm pretty much just going to have to make my way back over here. But I am hasted, so bonus action is 120 feet. And then, as goofy as this is,
Wait, how can you run 120 feet?
that's
Oh, right,
bonus
you're
action
moving at
Shadow
double-
Walk.
Right, gotcha. Okay.
And then I'm just going to run dashing straight over lava. Because it doesn't even count as difficult terrain for me.
No, it doesn't. This is just like a fire walk from hell, though. If you've seen those things, you're really like, oops,
So everybody's just literally watching me just like straight up sprint over lava.
I'm just gonna say that just for flavor, as you get off of this lava, the bottom of your boots are smoking.
They smoke every time I take a step anyway. Like I literally leave a
Smoking
puff of
more
smoke
so.
everywhere I walk.
You
But
feel
sure.
like the heels of your shoes are ignited.
Oh, ha, too hot to touch. Oh, ha, let's go. But-
Like they might melt to your skin if you were to touch your shoes right now.
So it's a full-on bonus action is Shadow Walk, full 60 feet of movement. Hasted action is another dash of 60 feet because it's 85 for me to get there. So I've already done 60 and another 25 of movement, and I'm just literally like diving down the hole in that movement. I don't know how far I'm going to get in that hole. But out of 60 feet of movement, 25 got burned to get to the hole. So I've got about another 30 feet of movement going down. I don't know. And then I still have my action. So I can either use my action to continue on going down, or again, we played a little wonky loose on how deep the hole is.
Yeah, so we're saying the hole's 120 feet. Just diving, as per the rules, whenever you would fall, you just immediately fall 120 feet. So if you get to the hole and you just dive in, then it's going to take the rest of your turn, but you can get back into the room right at the mouth of that hole.
Then that's what I would end up doing. At least when I get to where I can see people, but be at the mouth of the hole and maybe get some cover so I'm not in the thick of things in my turn there.
Sure. Why did I close that Oh, I didn't close the map. I just had it covered. All right. So the mouth of the hole, as we determined, is right over this big rock. So that would put you at the ceiling right here.
Cool. And again, I don't have my broom. Molly has my broom, so I don't have a means of flying. But I'll figure that out when the time comes. But that is bonus action. Action, I guess, was to dash. Hasted action was to dash. So it's just nothing but movement for me, because I'm out of my bamfing skills. And then I will roll to blink. I do not blink.
Dang, that could have saved your ass from the fall if you would have just blinked out.
Well,
all
I'm
right.
sitting there. I'll handle myself. Right now, I'm just at the top of the hole, but I'm not like down on the ground.
Okay. Parthog is going to use his last legendary action. Ayla is currently grappled. He is going to... What kind of attacks can I use legendary actions for? What does it say? A pincer, bite, or a beam. Okay. Yeah, it's going to go in for a bite. Oh, that was almost a nat 20. It wasn't, though. Alright. Roll it in the chat because part of this damage is being halved. Oh, no, it's not. She's not resistant to fire right now. She takes 40 points of damage. Okay, and now Magma Scorpion 2. Actually, she's up in the air 50 feet, so can't really attack. It is going to come over here. Ayla is going to take this chance to make an attack of opportunity. Let's take a swing at it with the Dwarven Thrower. Is that the right one? Yeah, that's the right one. That hits. So it's going to take this, and she is going to use an Arcane Jolt to heal herself.
Oh, and she killed it. Look at that. How is the healer doing more damage than this Battle Master here?
I didn't even realize she was going to kill it, so its turn is wasted.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like she's actually kind of proven her worth.
She has. Very much so.
Yeah, so you can do it just
Obviously,
even a
if
little bit
she's
of healing. That's a big thing to pop anybody back up, as opposed to
Mhm.
our pirate king douchey.
All right, Magma Scorpion 4. Can't attack Connor because he's too far in the air.
No, she's not.
Oh, and then she wouldn't have been able to attack the Scorpion.
Connor's not in
Either-
the
you
air.
know-
He got knocked unconscious and then he got popped back
But
up.
we're not backtracking. We're not backtracking. We're running with it.
We're talking about your guy.
That's
He's
right.
not
It's
in
going to
there.
attack Connor.
Yeah, because fuck that guy.
Well, I was talking about Ayla. She was grappled.
Yeah, she was in the air. Well,
Yeah,
she
we
could have
Still
thrown
is
her
grappled by
dwarven thrower.
Parthog.
She could have thrown her dwarven thrower.
Not as
so.
a opportunity attack.
Oh yeah, whatever. Not
No,
backtracking.
whatever. He's grappling her at ground level. He's grappling her at ground level. It's fine.
Yeah, fair. There you go.
All right.
Okay.
It's gonna make an attack against him. Yep. Is he just gonna go down again?
He's got less than 20 points. Yeah, he's out.
Yep. He might die here. Attack with advantage.
Miss. Fuck.
That's 2 failed death saves. Another attack with advantage with a stinger attack.
Ah, damn.
And as he's down, this thing's stinger goes right through his forehead, pierces all the way through, makes contact with the ground, and retracts it.
Just like straight up pierce his brain, like a mind flayer would. Goodness. It's alright. We have a minute to revive him for cheap, as long as somebody knows the revivify spell. Nobody knows the revivify spell.
Alright, Parthog.
I had the Revivify spell, so
He
that
does.
was an option.
Do
Luckily for you guys, he doesn't stick the recharge.
Nice.
So let's see.
All right, let's get some of these. Oh, I'm still on that map, so we'll just pull it right there.
Yeah.
Luckily, I didn't
Alright.
have to use my windfall.
So he gets 5 attacks, and he is actually grappling Ayla right now. But something that you notice, though, while the thing on his head is still glowing like it's active,
I was about to ask.
it's
about
not
that.
like pulsing like periodically like it was before.
Wait,
Almost like it's not receiving a signal.
wait. Did this thing have a
Yeah,
remote to control it? Because if he has that remote on his body,
Oh shit!
did Fulgo Mortis have a remote to control it?
We weren't seeing him
That's
press
something
the
you can
remote.
check. You never saw him interface with any kind of device, I will say that.
Could that be an Arcana check?
Hey, can somebody hack the Scorpion?
Yeah. Can we decipher that as an Arcana check?
I will say this. Anybody who's in that room right now, give me a perception check
Which room?
with Parthog.
Oh.
Alright, well, my perception is
Well,
terrible.
And since I can see through walls right now,
I'll let you make it 2. And
sweet.
then there's a reason why. I'm not going to tell you the reason, but there is a reason why.
Okay.
Hey, Lucas, there's lava and sounds, and
Yeah, I've never expected to.
you're pretty sure that there's lava flowing around you, but you're not positive. This is a high DC. And right as I say that, of course, freaking Bond comes in with... Bond, you're not sure about this, but you think you might hear, almost telepathically, a message in your brain. An exercise in futility. Voice
no
you haven't
remote.
heard before.
Repeat that again.
An exercise in futility.
In futility.
So that's what he says. I'm going to go on with the turn now.
Can I
All
have?
right,
I do have one, but no, I'll ask on my turn.
You can go ahead. What is it?
This thing is basically a metal rod into this the scorpion's brain. Yeah.
You don't know necessarily exactly how it works, but you would imagine more or less.
I'm just wondering, like, if I fired lightning at basically the lightning rod that goes to his brain, would that do extra? Could do potentially extra damage, or just like nah?
You don't know. Maybe I don't even know. Who knows?
Very well. That's all.
So, all right. God, I have so much. You don't know how much work you have given me by
Yeah, we
downing
do.
Fulgur Mortis in this fight. Like,
You've told us like 6 times.
We get it.
all right. People have to. Somebody has to die in this fight. So,
No.
Well, Connor's already gone, so there you
Connor's
go.
already dead. You already
I
killed
want-
a child.
I need more
so-
death. I need
Connor
more
was
death.
like the red shirt dude from Star Trek. All right, we knew he was gonna go as soon as we started this whole thing.
Yeah. All right. So it's making a bite.
Oh, it's about to
Attack
swallow
is
a
huge or
motherfucker.
smaller creature. It is.
It's about to
grappling.
swallow a motherfucker.
The attack
God
hits
damn
the
it.
target,
It's about to
takes
swallow.
the bite's damage. The target is swallowed in the grapple. And
Oh my gosh, it's about to swallow a motherfucker.
he's gonna make a bite attack against Ayla. I didn't mean to sound that excited about it, but
Yeah, a little excited there, bud. But she's automatically misses.
yeah. So she's gonna take the full damage of this bite, and this is as enough of a gut-wrenching scream, Bon, that you hear it from as far away as you are. You hear her scream, a curdling, guttural scream that reverberates through the cavern loud enough for you to hear, even from your distance. Well, she's no longer grappled, at least.
Oh yeah, no, just swallowed.
I will withhold my comment, but
Oh my gosh.
all right. So 2 pincer attacks. So it's making 1 pincer attack at Molly. That hits, but Molly is raging, so I will drag this over here so you can half the damage. All right, so she takes 13 bludgeoning, 1 fire, and 4 necrotic. So what is that? Is that like 15, 14, 18 damage? Yeah, because multiple damage types make it really complicated when calculating resistances. Because it actually is a total of 38. I know, but it's weird the way it gets cut. So the bludgeoning becomes 13, the fire goes from 3 to 1, and the necrotic goes from 9 to 4.
Okay.
So she takes 18 instead of what would be 19, I guess, if it was literally cut in half. It's weird when there's multiple damage types. And Molly is grappled. He's gonna make another pincer attack at Anand. Yeah, that hits. Anand is resistant to fire right now, I do believe, isn't he?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, not to speak
So-
for your character, but yes, he is.
Then that damage. Fire's only. Okay. So that becomes 37 damage instead of 40. I will add those wounds. And Anand is also grappled. Let's see. The rest of his turn, 2 pincers. One with its carapace. It is going to make a carapace attack at Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. 1 through 5 is Molly. 6 through 10 is Anand. Rolled a 4. So carapace attack at Molly. And Molly is going to take, let's run through the math, 19 points of bludgeoning, 4 points of fire, and 2 of necrotic. So that's 25.
25 total that I'm adding?
25 total. I already cut it in half. And then one last attack with the tail at who he didn't attack. Anand, I believe, is immune to poison, so that's good. I feel like Anand might have an answer for that. Does Anand have his reaction?
Yeah, it should. All I did was teleport down there. He hasn't used the reaction yet.
Marte, if you're listening, would you like to shield against this? I would assume he'd want a shield, but I can't speak for him.
What's his AC?
It's 23, but a shield would take it to 28. It would miss.
Yeah, I would go and assume that he would.
Can he not shield when he's carrying a shield? He doesn't have
cast
shield,
shield.
I don't think.
No, he has
You
the shield
can't-
spell.
You can't cast shield if you're carrying a shield.
No, you
Yes, you can.
Oh, can you? Oh.
Yeah, as long as you're proficient. So if you're not
That's
proficient
one
with
of the
shields and
things
carrying a
about
shield, you
Eldritch
can't
Knights.
cast anything.
Okay.
It's one of the busted things about Eldritch Knights. Go sword and board and have shield in your back pocket. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So that misses against him. Crixus,
Hey, can
the
you
man.
go ahead and mark off a spell slot for him and just have it in the notes that he cast shield? So
For
he's got an
Marte,
AC
I
of-
already did.
Okay.
Has an AC of 28 at the moment.
Okay, cool.
All right, I'm going to use my hasted action, so I have 160 feet of movement, and try to get back into the fight downstairs.
So if you're hasted, oh, I was thinking you might be selling yourself short, but no, you're right. That's exactly how much you have, and that can get you into the room. Yeah. So let's count this out. If it would take you 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to get to the hole, so you could get into the other room and still have 10 feet of movement left.
Okay, that's fine. You put me in the other map, right?
I already did. Yeah.
Okay, I got pulled to the map. Okay, there we go. All right, so at least I'm in the other room to use my action. And as far as I've seen, these magma scorpions are not resistant to like shock and all, like Fulgo Mortis was or anything, right?
You have noticed no resistance to either cold or lightning with these things.
Okay. Connor Blaze is already down, right?
Yeah, he's straight up dead. He took a stinger through the
He's
head.
dead. Okay. So it probably wouldn't matter if I shot a big old lightning bolt through, right?
I mean, he can't be more dead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll just revive him afterwards.
Granted, if you destroy his body, then that might make things a little harder.
Oh.
But
Can the lightning bolt disintegrate him?
No.
it
No.
doesn't have that effect within the spell. But a body can only take so much trauma. That's all I will say.
These guys are also tall, so you can just shoot over his head.
Yeah, that's true. So these things are large creatures. They're like 15
Yeah.
feet tall.
But don't you
So-
want to hit him with a lightning bolt anyway, just cause?
Again, I'm.
Try to
This
be
is
nice.
very much a me thing, but I'm telling you, you do enough damage to a deceased corpse, and certain resurrection spells aren't going to work anymore.
Okay. You said I had 10 feet of movement, right?
Yeah.
So if I move down here, I don't know if I can. Hold on, I'm trying to draw. I gotta draw a line here.
You know what you could do? I shouldn't be giving you advice, but what you could do is just fire your line like this.
No, don't do that.
I would
not.
hit Ayla. No.
Oh, you would. Well, not no. Well,
Oh, I didn't mean to move on.
she's
Sorry.
inside his stomach at this point, actually. But
I'll just do one of.
Yeah, but don't
Yeah,
line
that's
attacks get
exactly.
reflected off the carapace because it's like a
Oh,
terrace?
it would. Yes, you would know that. Your lightning bolt would be reflected off of him because he
I
has
was-
the Tarascan.
I'm sure you would believe me when I said that I wasn't going to say anything, and I was hoping you would make that mistake. I wasn't going to say anything.
Your character would know this because we did inform, and this is one of the things that we talked about.
All the beasts of devastation have a reflective carapace.
All right. Well, wait. Would that reflect like a rifle shot?
No, it's just
No.
magic.
Just magic. Okay. All right.
Now, if you wanted to hit a lightning bolt with the 2 scorpions, yeah.
Oh, just the 2 scorpions? Yeah, I guess I
Mhm.
could do that. Get them off the board.
Why did you
Yeah.
roll in the dice tower, Tony?
Oh, I've
Yeah,
never
there we
seen
go.
it before, so I just threw something in
It's if
Yeah.
you want to make a roll that only the DM can see. That's what the dice tower is for.
But the only thing is, you can't see it, so it's fucking retarded.
there. No, I think it's pretty cool.
Well, and also the thing is too, is some DMs, which I actually kind of like this idea, for things like stealth checks, they'll make you roll it to where like you don't even know what your roll is, because if you think about it, how good your roll affects what you're gonna do which
I
just
was
does.
about
It's
to say the
metagamey as
same
shit,
thing.
but some DMs are like, how do you know how stealthy you're being? So they'll make
was
you
about to
roll
say that,
your own stealth check in secret.
If I ever have to make a stealth roll, I'm gonna throw it in the dice
Okay,
tower.
so they both failed.
Yeah.
So they're going to take this damage right here.
Okay.
Lightning
What? Oh, this
damage.
is just a lightning bolt.
Yeah, I'm
Cool.
just going to use
Okay.
the 3rd level lightning bolt.
They both take 33. I wish there was a way for me to just take this over and drop. I can do that!
Oh,
Okay,
really?
good.
That's sick.
I literally, you hover over it in the chat log, grab the damage that they rolled, and go and drag it on the enemy
Yeah.
that you want to apply it to.
There it is.
Oh, that's
Cool.
sick.
I'm also going
I
to use my
didn't
bonus
know you
action.
could do that.
I'm going to use my bonus
is-
action to get temporary health back.
Okay. That just blew my mind. That makes things so much easier.
Nice.
I'd already dropped the 33 damage on number 4. I think you did it a second time.
Indeed, I did. Thank you for being honest.
I got to run to the bathroom, but that is my turn.
Okay. And we're going to take a bathroom break at the end of this round, by the way. So, but I mean, you can take one now if you want to. I'm just letting everybody else know at the end of the round, because I also need to. All right, Magma Scorpion 3, because he's rather pissed off about that and is just reacting in anger. He's gonna come over. Why can't I move him? Oh, there we go.
Wouldn't you be
He's gonna come over
flying?
here. Well, I'm assuming Crixus is ground level because he wouldn't have been able to line up that
That's
shot if
fair.
he wasn't.
Yeah, that's fair. Yep, you're right.
So,
The amount of damage I took is insane.
Well, you would have took more if you didn't use the shield spell.
yeah. See, he
That's very
actually
nice.
was able to block an attack with shield. That misses. He's going in with a second claw attack.
And that's with an AC of
That
23.
also misses.
That's crazy, bro.
Now it's 28.
It's got a plus 24 to hit.
Yeah, that's just so dumb. That's so dumb. You could roll a nat
Yeah,
1
yes.
and still hit me if
Well,
that wasn't an
that
auto
one's
save.
never hit. Well, yeah, you're right.
That's what I said, yeah.
But your shield was enough to block it because he rolled a nat 3 and rolled a 27. So your shield was enough. Sometimes you can still miss. But maybe in campaign 3 I'll cap the proficiency or the challenge rating at 30. Maybe I'll do that. Because this thing has a challenge rating of 38.
30.
All right, so sting attack. Oh wait, that all 3 of his attacks missed. Holy crap! All right, yeah, he spliffs that one. Molly, you're up. But before you go, he is going to use one of his legendary actions, and oh, he's grappling you. He's grappling you.
Oh.
Molly, he's going to use one of his legendary actions to make a bite attack against you.
Can he eat more than one person at a time?
He can.
I would feel like a colossal creature should be able to. You know what that means? Big Pappy should be able to eat multiple people at a time.
Agree. I support
Thanks for
that.
giving Sean the idea that he's just gonna start swallowing people as Big Pappy now.
Yes.
But you know what that
Yes.
means? Once those effects end, that increases your size. If those things are still in your stomach,
You know how
That
they
is
get
true.
ejected out of when they're inside somebody? We played that game with the dragon.
Yeah.
no, you found your own exit with the dragon, and it wasn't a pleasant exit either.
I feel like we
Okay,
can discuss
anyway.
that can be a new tactic for Big Pappy. We'll just do some bludgeoning
When-
damage on the way out.
Yeah.
Hey, so when they left and
As
exited
Big
out of
Pappy
the
just
dragon,
gives
was it like
birth.
a kidney stone?
Pretty much.
I feel like it'd be
They-
worse.
They dumped like a diarrhea potion in its stomach and got ejected out of its. Yeah.
You can't say that's not cool.
Dude, that was fucking hilarious.
It's cool is not the word I would use.
All
right. So Molly is going to take half of this, and yeah, she gets swallowed. So that is 12 points of piercing damage, 14 points of fire damage, and 3 points of necrotic for a total, I think, of what was that, 29? Yeah, 29. If you'll add that, and Molly is in its belly.
Just to give a description, what does this belly look like? Here's what I'm thinking. Well, I wouldn't want to do that. Never mind.
All right. So Molly, you are now with Ayla inside of its gut.
I'm still curious on what this gut looks like.
What do you mean? It looks like a stomach. It looks like
What-
nothing
what-
because it's
of a
on the
lava
inside of a
beast?
carapace.
Okay, fair enough.
I gotta look something up.
All
real
right.
quick.
I think it looks like my stomach after eating Taco Bell.
Or something like that.
So-
So, while swallowed, the creature is blinded and restrained. So, you are both blinded and restrained. So, technically, you have disadvantage from 2 different sources, but it doesn't really matter. You can only have.
Well, even
There's no such
blinded
thing as
here, would
triple
you say that
disadvantage.
she can see the stomach of this thing?
Not really. She's definitely blind. It's dark in there.
So
It's
she has
pitch
dark
black.
vision.
There's no light. Yeah, that's true. But you are killed. The effect works the way it works. It says you're considered blinded.
Okay. So she will go ahead and continue swinging to Iwakashima, which teleports her 120 feet, and she can teleport within 10 feet of another creature that she can attack. So she'll just teleport
That she
outside
can-
of it.
I think it says that she can see. I want to say.
Jesus
But she could
Christ, she's in the
technically
stomach.
see the creature.
Let me look.
Oh. Bro, you're gonna rules lawyer this thing. I'm okay.
She can't see it. That I mean,
For
it's not really
fuck's-
rules.
How can you not
lawyering.
see how can you not see a stomach of a beast that you're in? But anyway, okay, whatever.
She suffers from the blinded condition.
Okay, all right.
So she
While
can't
in its
see
stomach.
the creature that she's inside of. I just want to make sure that we're all
This is-
understanding this is what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Hey,
This is
Gavin.
We had
literally
this
how
argument
every
last time when I
swallow
was
effect
inside of
in the game.
Tarrasque.
Hey, Gavin. The other
When
day,
I was in the Tarrasque, we had this argument.
Hey, Gavin. The other day when we were in my campaign, a frog creature swallowed a character, and you were like, "Well, they can take a attack. They can attack them.
Oh yeah, they
Like,
still can
exactly
attack. Yeah.
inside." Okay.
All right, hey,
Okay, I
it's
just imagine
just
Gavin's
attacking
game. It's
disadvantage.
Gavin's game. I'll honor it. So she'll still go reckless. So it's just a straight attack because blind
Okay.
would just be disadvantaged. Is there anything she can do to start work? You don't
Like
what-
I'm just
what are my
saying that. I
options?
promise I'm not making that up. That's how every
Okay.
swallow in the game
Fuck, We're moving
works.
past it. We've already moved past. I just
Okay.
need to know what her options are. Like, can she try to climb out? Is it just she's attacking? Like, from a mechanical standpoint, what are her options?
She can attack, and as with every swallow
Yes.
mechanic in the game, if she does
Try
enough
and get
damage, she can get
regurgitated.
regurgitated.
Okay, then that's what she'll do. So
Wait, doesn't that include the people outside the stomach?
It would regurgitate everybody in the stomach. Yeah,
Okay.
but they have to take the damage from within
she's
Oh.
rolling
on a
damage.
single turn.
Why? I suppose I get this the blinded condition while you're actively being swallowed, but why is it applicable if you're inside of the stomach? That would be the same as being blinded because you're in a cave. Because it's a wet, gooey cave, you know, doesn't
We're moving past, guys.
mean you're blind. Okay.
4.
I just want to know.
3 ones? Jesus, that damage on that was terrible.
Is she hasted too?
No.
I thought she
Hey,
was.
she would get a D4 to every one of those attack rolls if she
Oh,
missed.
yeah, that's true. That's true. So, what was the one that she missed on?
So the 30 missed, apparently.
No,
Well-
the 30 hit.
Oh, the 30 hit. The 18 missed.
Yeah, the 18 missed.
Well, then the
Why not just
18
go
becomes
reckless?
20 to hit.
She did go reckless.
Yeah,
Oh.
that doesn't hit.
Okay.
She get disadvantage because she's restrained and she's also blinded.
Oh, right.
This will be a neutral roll.
So that's all she got.
It's 49. Oh man, if you'd hit with all 3, you might have pulled it off. But
Well, if I had to roll 3 ones on all of her damage dice. Actually, hold on a second. She's still got one more luck point. So why don't we just do that?
okay,
That's luck point. That's it.
there you go. Okay. All right, let's see. Con save from Parthog. That's a 19. And the DC was 20. Okay.
My question
On-
is, do they take the acid damage before or after their turn in the stomach?
Let's see. It says at the start of each of Parthog's turns, so they have not taken
Oh.
the damage yet.
Fair enough.
So again, I literally copied and pasted Swallow from every other creature that has Swallow and put
Okay,
it on
sweet.
this.
So
how
they're
it is
ejected.
here is how it works with everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
They are ejected, and they land within 10 feet of Parthog. Let's just roll a... Well, they kind of have to land on the same side. Let's just see. They all land on this side, and we'll say they land... I'm not going to throw one of them in the lava, but for dramatic effect, Ayla lands right there. And yeah, that's it. As it just... with like a hissing noise and just spews acid and magma out as it vomits them up. Connor's dead. Oh, was that Molly's turn? Does she have anything else?
No, that was all 3 attacks that she could do.
Okay. Ayla, yeah, so she is out of charges on the Staff of Healing. What does she have in her base spells?
Did you use her bonus action blunt in attack?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
okay.
did.
She only has 2 regular attacks and then her bonus action attack. for the
Gotcha.
backup.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if she had three
Okay.
attacks.
So Ayla actually has, she just like knows Mass Cure Wounds as one of her 5th level spells. So she's going to use Mass Cure Wounds. So it's got a range of 60 feet and a radius 30. Let me draw a 30-foot radius sphere. I'll give you guys the biggest one. And everybody in...
It's just the 3 of them, man. Otherwise, you're trying to heal the dead guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just the 3 of them. I was hoping I could reach more, but just put it right there. And yeah. So everybody in here heals for that amount. And since I found out I can do this,
That's so
Woot.
fucking sweet.
It amazes me how I still find out new things about this. So that was her action, and that's the end of her turn. Furzen's dead. Bon, I think you're the only one left of the old map.
Does she not have a
Yeah,
bonus
that's fine.
action?
I'm gonna use my 60 feet of movement to
I think
get right
only
here.
if she is like wielding and attacking. I don't think so. No.
So I used 60 feet of movement to get right there. Did that drop me, or do I
Let me see.
need to actually go off the edge?
Another 5 feet will get you off the edge.
Okay. Then I'll just use my hasted action to. Well, no, I mean I use my bonus
You
action
could
to
just
dash,
let
but
gravity drop you 120 feet. It's kind of janky, but I've looked into it. Per rules as written, that
Don't you
actually
float
works.
whenever you want to? Like, that's how you get down here the first
I
time.
can. Yeah, no. I would just phase through the floor once I hit it.
Oh, why don't you just do that and
Yeah, I'll
just
just
phase
phase
through
through
the
the
floor
floor.
to get back into the room? Does it count as difficult
Wait, so
terrain
the-
for you?
No, it doesn't count as different. Wait, so you're telling me if I was right here, I could just go to the room?
Let's see. The hole is right here. You are
Moving diagonally downwards.
diagonally 65 feet away. If the hole is right here, going diagonally, you need to move 20 feet forward.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20.
If you go diagonally downwards 120 feet, it would put you here. But I assume you don't want to fall onto lava. But you can float, right?
Well, yeah, I can hover.
So you could hover above the surface of the lava.
That'd work. But yeah, I'll do that then.
And that gets you in the room for, what did I say? How many feet did I say you needed to move to be able to do that?
20.
So for 140 feet of movement, it gets you in the room at the ceiling over there.
140 feet of movement. That would be an action. So that be gravity doing that? If I just
No,
let
you're
it.
just like moving through the rock. Like you're basically, it's like swimming,
Okay.
pretty much.
All right. I would only have 1,200. Well, no. Yeah, I would only have 1,200 if I action
You need 120.
dashed. 120. Yeah, that's what I meant. 120 by action dashed, hasted action dashed. Okay.
Well, if you're hasted, your movement speed is already like 60.
Yeah.
So hasted action dash could get you another 60 for 120. Then you have cunning action since you're a rogue. So as a
Yeah,
bonus
that'd use
action,
my
you can
bonus
dash
action.
again.
Yeah. I guess I'll do that then. And then
So with that the case, I'll just say that gets you to the floor. Then you're in the room. But
okay,
that's all your
fine.
movement.
That's fine.
Well, I was meaning like you're
No.
hovering over the lava over here.
Okay, that's fine. That'll work. Yeah, that'll work. It's fine. Okay. So. That's fine. Yeah. So we're gonna use one of my attacks to reload. Yeah. Reload. Eclipsion. And I'm gonna hit old big boy Parthog. Can you get rid of your circle, please?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
Why did I
throw
even have? Oh right, I remember why I had that.
a healing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a violent shot on this one, and I'm also going to use another point of my regalia to do an extra D10 as well. An 18 to hit. It's gonna take that right there. Partially resisted, probably because of
Just
some
the
of other
poison.
stuff. Yeah. Figured. Where's the... This is going to be my sneak attack. and half of that will go on Scorpion 4.
Scorpion 4. So that's
Yep.
17 on Scorpion 4. Let me add that real quick. It's on there. Hey, that made it yellow.
So if you, I just want to let you know, if you right click on the damage, you can go to half value and then drop it on there. And then you can go.
Oh, that is so cool. I didn't know that.
You can also go to resist, and it'll resist. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So he'll take half damage on that one. And let me go mark off that stuff. So that's a point of regalia. That's a point of Whales of the Grave, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. It's going to use its second legendary action, and it's going to do a devastation beam at you, Bon.
All right. I tell it not to.
What do you mean you tell it not to?
With it telepathically communicated to me, so I tell it not to.
You don't know what you heard.
I mean, you said it was almost like a telepathic conversation.
I'm just saying you don't know what you heard or where it came from is all.
Okay. Well, knowing that this thing was being controlled, because I already gathered that, I tried to tell it not to.
It doesn't listen.
Okay. That's all I got. Doesn't listen.
I cast no.
I guess no. No doesn't work? Okay.
You're resistant to fire, right?
Yes, I gave him a
Alright,
potion of fire
so-
resistance earlier.
You take 30 wounds.
Okay.
If you'll go ahead and add that for me. I think that puts you at 44. All right, and
Probably.
I completely forgot that I said that the last round was going to be a bathroom break, and I need to use the bathroom. So let's
So
take
if you
five-
said 30 wounds?
Yeah, you take 30 wounds, that puts you at 44.
Hey, Gavin, before you
He-
step away,
What's up?
Or no, but
before you step away, I'm going to clock out early because I'm still recovering from food poisoning. Didn't sleep last night, getting kind of loopy. I'm just going to crash now.
Okay,
So a little bit
understood.
early. Thank you, though. I'll catch you guys later.
Do you have any instructions for like your next turn that you'd prefer?
I mean, I have enough spell slots to throw another lightning blast if it looked like it worked against the two magma scorpions. If they go down first, though, then I would just, melee the closest enemy, probably Parthag. Melee him with all three of my attacks.
Would you throw any of your blood tattoo on it?
I only have 2 left, but yes, I would.
Okay.
Oh, I almost forgot. That blood tattoo, that heals me back, and I didn't do the healing from it when I attacked, what's his face earlier?
Ogre Mortis.
Yeah, I forgot that I did healing.
Can somebody scroll up and
I'm
see
pulling
how
it
much
right now.
damage that did? I'm going to run to the restroom, and I'll be back in 5.
So I did what? Blood Spear tattoo, 19 damage, partially resisted, so that's like 9 damage.
Let's go,
Yeah.
guys.
5. 9 and 5.
You know, I know I don't have this future, but I just want to do it. Just because I can. We did a great job taking care of Foldermogus. And
Agreed.
I think we're all doing a great job taking down this big-ass scorpion. Everybody gets 0 temporary hit points from this speech. Because I do not have that feature, but I wanted to do it.
All right. I gotta go, but yeah, the wish healing everybody was actually huge because it was looking like it was going to go the other
Clutch.
way. I don't think he intended for us to pull that out. All right, good shit, guys. See ya.
Hey, while y'all are on break, I have a question. Is Big Pappy dead?
No.
Oh, I thought at one point he was on the verge of about to die.
He was, dude. He was bloodied. The motherfucker was fucked up, but we got away. Vaughn actually ended up dying.
Oh yeah, who brought him back?
I believe a witch, right?
Wait,
From
what
the
now?
coven. Who brought Bond back?
Yeah,
Wasn't one of your witch friends?
I think it was Miss Lily, or well, somebody from.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't Miss Lily specifically, but one of the witches. Yeah.
Oh my god. I didn't
Dude.
know Kelly was a druid.
yeah. No, so the thing about that is I had 99 health, and Gavin power word killed me.
Wow, that's pretty funny.
I'm just like, really, you fucker?
Oh, shit. That's not what I meant to do. I
Hey,
have a
Sean.
crafty idea for something I think I might try to do. What's up, Tony?
Oh no, go ahead. No,
No.
it's important as y'all game.
The town that we were in, like, they kill anything that is aggressive, correct?
Yeah, I would assume so. We might get kind of ostracized if we bring this thing to the top, though.
No. I got.
So I just want to remind you guys about something. You were a half milestone, only half a milestone away from level 20. By finishing up Fulgur Mortis, who is worth a half milestone, and then if you kill Parthog, which is a full milestone, you are level 19 and a half right now, you would gain a level. You would not only
Nice.
immediately hit level 20, but you'd grab your first epic boon, all at the same time.
Dude. Let's go.
Because you're leveling up 1.5 times after this, and you were only half a milestone from 20. So as of right now, even if you were to not kill Parthog, which I fully predict to happen, you're level 20 now, or you will be after your next rest. So I wasn't planning on you guys getting your first. Honestly, the way I was planning it is there was a certain enemy I figured you were gonna get your first milestone off of, and it definitely wasn't here.
Oops. Is everyone back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Marte, you back?
I know Lee's sick, so he's not
Yeah.
coming back.
Yes, I
Sweet,
am here.
Everybody's back. Let's get this ball rolling.
But really, though, I'm trying to roll some skulls with this fight now. Like, I say that you leveled up, but your character has to survive this first to level up. All right. Did Anand already go?
No.
No, he hasn't
No,
gone
I
yet.
have not.
It was his turn. Yeah. All right, Anand, what you got? I'm sure you got something great, game breaking even.
Oh yeah, so totally game breaking. So Parthog slapped me with his tail, right?
He did.
That's what did all that damage.
Luckily, you're immune to poison because it would have done even more.
Yes, it would have. And I've noticed that they seem to take damage from lightning. Is that correct?
Please
At the
don't do
very
a lightning
least.
bolt.
At at the very least, you've seen that they don't they don't have any
I
level
did,
of resistance to it.
another damage type. No, that's when we were fighting the water elemental that I was doing all the ice damage. Have I seen them take damage from anything else? Obviously not fire.
Hold on 1 second. You have seen them take damage from
Cold as well. You've seen cold, and they don't seem to have any resistance to that
you've
either.
Seen them take damage. Give me 1 second. Force, necrotic, and poison. The poison seems to be resisted. I feel like the
I was gonna
necrotic
say that's kind
was
of
it
weird.
resisted or was it not?
You've seen it resist necrotic.
Okay, so
you would
force
know that because
does-
it's happened in this fight.
Yep.
As well as lightning seems to be fine. Cold seems to be fine. Most of the elemental damages, aside from fire and poison, seem to be fine.
I don't know what Buddy's AC is, which is what makes me nervous. Ugh.
You guys have some pretty good bonuses. I mean, it's up there, but at least in my humble
I
opinion,
mean, it's not a plus
unrealistically
24.
high.
Yeah, it's
I
not
feel
a
like
plus
his-
24.
I feel like for at the stage of the game that you're at, it is a reasonable AC. I will just say that.
Yeah, that's what she said. Okay. I mean, you know what? Why not? I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna hit him with the old disintegrate with me.
Okay, disintegrate.
I'm gonna disintegrate him.
That's a Dex
I think I'll
saving
stick-
throw.
to
If you want, you can roll the save on him.
Four.
In fact, I just prefer you guys do that from this point
Ah.
forward, to be honest with you.
no.
I'm very much
Yeah.
taking a transparent
Oh,
things happen how they happen
Question.
approach. So
question.
I have nothing
I
to
remember something from last time.
that?
Whenever I remember using my ability that would give me 1 level of exhaustion, and I remember
You
that
have
being
1 at the moment, by the way.
remedied.
Yes.
When did I use it again?
again to? Oh, for your stealth check. You did it for a stealth
Yeah.
check,
So Fulgur Mortis wouldn't know that you were there.
which
I
actually helped out
decided
quite a
that it
bit.
succeeded.
It did help out because he would have counterspelled something that you did if he'd known you were there.
Yep.
You casted
Oh.
a spell from stealth, and he could have
I mean,
counterspelled it if it wasn't the fact that you were hidden when you cast it.
Sean did it for you. You weren't there when.
Blame me.
That is
It
very
was
smart.
me.
I agree with the logic behind that. But I don't know how dexterous this man is, but I bet you it's going to be something astronomically stupid to make a moot point.
Okay, so just not trying to let you peek behind the curtain, but typically the giant
Yeah,
freaking
yeah.
enemies aren't very dexterous. Typically.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's see. I'm trying. I think I'm gonna do it.
Just roll it on him, though, the saving throw, if that's what you're doing.
Oh, no, it's actually level 7. I don't have a choice now. Well. Freaking dang. Okay.
That
Failure.
fails.
Nice.
Oh my goodness. I don't believe it.
It's a giant freaking scorpion. It shouldn't be that surprising that its dexterity isn't that great.
Bro, some of your stuff has been like weirdly statted out. And then it's just like, well, it's a
Fair.
CR30, guys. It's no different than a fucking dragon of dexterity.
Most dragons don't even have like that great of a dex. I mean, it's okay, but
Well,
I add an
yeah.
additional d6 when it goes up to level 7, right?
Dragon of
I thought it was more than that.
I feel like it is. How much?
Oh.
Hold on, let me read the spell real quick. Because I added,
Because the
I
spell
added
using
one
a 7th
more.
slot or higher, the damage increases by 3d6 for each spell slot.
Okay,
above
so I
6.
gotta add 2 more. I gotta add 2 more d6. Hold on.
Yeah, 2 more.
So add another 9 to that.
Dude,
So
those are
that's
some
91.
I
You
don't know if
didn't put
anybody else
the
saw that,
damage
but
on him, did you?
Yeah, I saw it.
What
I
dice were those?
roll-
Because those were
I
awesome.
think
Yeah. Y'all got
Oh,
some cool
you like it,
dice.
don't you?
So
they're
those
pretty much
did
free
you
now.
did you drag the damage on him or no? I don't think you did.
I
If you-
don't
I'm just
think
not-
I
I just-
did. No.
Okay, so I need to add it.
No, I did the roll on it, but I didn't drag the damage on it.
Okay.
So add 91
Dice
points
sheet.
of damage.
I did.
love those dice. I saw them and I was like, let me get those.
Yeah, they had some pretty cool dice.
All right. Anything else?
No, I am feeling kind of satisfied. Like, you hurt
That was some
me,
good
but I
damage.
hurt you bad. I'm okay with that.
The cat's gone,
Go ahead,
right?
mark it off.
Yeah, the cat was tied to Fulgo Warners.
Okay. All right. Well, that was a good turn.
All right.
All right, Lucas. Dazzle us.
Well, I've got like 3 different plans, but I don't know if I need to do damage, if I need to protect people, or if I just need to like do a cheesy escape tactic. What are the odds people are going to survive another full round from this thing? Yeah, I've got
Well,
Molly in
you've been
here.
lucky that I haven't been getting my recharge. All I have to roll is a 5 or a 6 to stick the recharge, and I haven't been getting it. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, it be what it be in that regard. I mean, if I go down, I go down, but I might as well go ahead and get some damage in here, I suppose. So let me do this. I'm going to follow a nod suit, I guess, and we're going to go ahead and get a disintegrate on board. Well, bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and get a catastrophe on the scorpion.
how many more sorcery points you got? You're running
Dude.
pretty low, aren't you?
No, I'm rich. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've still got 8 left.
Okay.
I
right,
manage
let me
my
get that.
sorcery points really well.
He does. Which I'm gonna have to learn that because I'm playing sorcery in the next campaign.
Dude, when
You
you're level
decided that you
19, it's pretty nice. Especially because I get 5 back
Yeah.
every time I take a short rest. So,
Yeah,
got a
Committing to your
catastrophe.
character being a noble or royalty, basically, because they're the only
Yes.
ones in the next campaign who can be sorcerers. So that's cool.
Yep.
Then let's go ahead and hit him with. I'm not going to upcast it. I'll just go ahead and do a disintegrate. So he's
Alright.
got. Do I make the roll? Do you make the roll? Because it's with disadvantage.
From now on, I would prefer if you do so. So check disadvantage at the bottom left corner, and then roll the save on him. I want to see if that works.
Okay.
Technically, it would be a straight roll in this instance because he has magic or. All right, then never mind. Just roll it in the chat.
Well, it's still rolled. So does it count? Do I have to re-roll?
No, re-roll it. Just roll it in the chat.
Okay.
I'm sorry if he actually succeeds on this one, but it has to be a straight roll for it to count.
Well, I just rolled that. I just said 22, but that's just saying what DC. What do I do?
Just drag what you rolled on him, but into the chat box instead.
Yeah, that's what I did, and I just said, it just does
Oh,
this.
then just roll a d20.
Okay. Why did it roll 2?
Because you probably still had disadvantage.
All
Check.
right, I'm
Roll
just
one
gonna.
more time.
I rolled 57 times. Oh, it was almost a nat 1.
All right, so 7 plus his. Yeah, that definitely fails.
Okay.
So full damage.
All right. $86 points
God,
of
that
damage.
spell hurts.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. So let me mark off a 6th level spell slot, because that is 6. Yep, that is 6. And I also marked off my 3 for my cat. And then, I can't quicken a spell, because I already used my bonus action, which is what I kind of wanted to be able to do. Oh, hold on. That's a 6th level spell. Give me 1 second. I gotta do this. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oof! I take 30 points of damage.
Oh, 30 points for, oh my god. It's
Worth it.
60-10? That's how much you take after you're recovering from a wish?
It's 1d10 per spell level. It was a 6th level spell, so I take
Ooh.
60-10.
Yeah. Did you already add those wounds?
Yeah, I just did.
Okay.
And then, I mean, there's not a whole lot I can do here. I kind of want to
Remember, you're falling at the start of your turn. What was your plan?
pretty easy. So I'm just gonna stay up where I'm at right now.
How?
Because as soon as I start to fall, I can literally just like feather fall, and I just float.
How do you do that?
It's a reactionary spell. You just cast feather fall.
Oh, so it's your reaction?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then I just stay kind of floating up near the top in that hole. I really just want to be able to see him to be able to cast this.
With Featherfall, you descend at 60 feet a turn, or well, a round.
I don't know what exactly it is, but it's... I'm basically trying to just stay on the upper lip of this thing, so I'm not actually
I know
in the
that's
room.
what you're trying to do, but Featherfall doesn't work that way. You descend at 60 feet.
I feel it does. I'm pretty confident in myself. Trust me, I'm the magic caster here. I know how this
Falling
works.
creatures' rate of descent slows to 60 feet per round until the spell ends. So you're 20 feet off the ground now.
How could I... Alright, just throw it... Let me see if I can explain what it is I'm trying to do. Coming to the lip, falling down, I can see them, feather fall. I'm basically trying to grab onto the slope here. I know it's a steep slope, but if there's any way I can hold on to the wall here so I can stay up there.
Oh, I see what you mean. You might be able to pull that off, but it's going to take an athletics check.
I mean, that's fine. I've got a strength of 3 right now.
Yeah, you do. And you haven't changed your strength, though, if you could go ahead and do that.
Oh, I thought it did. Alright, well, let me bring this over here and... No. It's just hold control and, like, mouse wheel, right?
Oh, your character sheet is locked.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, if it's going to be an athletics check, I don't think this is going to work, so... How about I just do this instead? I'll feather fall down so I don't die. Which, give me 1 second.
Still got blink going on, don't you?
Yep, hold on 1 second. Yeah, rolled a 10 out of 10. So that's I have 54 wounds because I had to cast a spell.
So,
I'm
you
gonna...
took 10 damage from that feather fall?
I probably would have taken less damage, but it just fell.
No, it would have been more damage if you'd fallen. 100%. It would have been a lot more.
Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and just dash away here and get behind this rock to get as much absolute cover as I can. As I fall down, I'll go over there.
Okay.
Do you blink out?
Well,
You're in a half space, by the way.
hang on. So, even so,
No, it's
Haste,
Oh, he is, yeah.
hasted action to dodge, I guess.
I don't
And
think
then,
I really understand, but why did you take damage?
He's recovering from casting Wish, so every time he casts a spell, he takes a D10 per level of the spell. He used Wish last game to heal everybody back up to full.
I blink out.
I didn't get to that part.
It's the most
Alright, yeah, you
damaging
blink out.
feather fall I've ever had.
You would have taken 12d8. Actually, more than that. You would have taken 20d8 if you had just slammed into the ground.
That'd have been fine. I would have made a deck save. But okay.
A
Alright,
D10 is better than 20d8. 100%.
that's my turn. I'm out. And I'm blinked out.
Alright. Magma Scorpion 4. So it is going to come over here and flank with its buddy. And it's going to attack Crixus at advantage. Claw attack. A 28 hits. I don't know if he has an answer for it. He has his reaction, doesn't he?
Crixus, he should.
He doesn't have shield. Okay, that hits. He is now grappled. He's resistant to fire damage. So that's 23 points of damage to Crixus. Why does he have temporary hit points?
Oh, he got temporary hit points back from an effect or a spell or something like that.
Oh, that's right.
He used his
Okay.
bonus action to get temporary
So-
hit points back.
So he takes 10 damage. So those are gone and he takes 10 damage. Puts him at 101. It's going to do... He's now grappled. It's going to do another claw attack at advantage. And amazingly, that's going to miss. His AC is crazy. All right, another claw attack. Oh, this is a stinger attack, actually, and I forgot to roll it with advantage. Miss. All right, it is now Parthok's turn. Does he stick the recharge? I cannot get this damn recharge.
Let's go.
All right, fine. All right, he's going in with 5 attacks. Let's see here. I want him to move, but do I really want him to move? Molly can go ahead and make an attack if she would like. Oh, is Sean not there?
Should be.
I'm here. I just went to go get a water and banana. She went reckless at our start of her turn last time, so she's still reckless.
Yes, she would be.
There we go. Sweet. So I've used Arcane Shot. I haven't used Venom Shot. You used Wraith Shot.
Yes.
25 to hit.
That doesn't hit. Oh, that doesn't hit. So close. All right, so it is going to use its flame-assisted leap. And it goes... and lands over here. Actually, we'll say it lands here. And it's going in with a full round of attacks. It's going to split between Crixus and Bond.
So whatever highest damage attack that he does on me, which I would pretty sure I would understand which one would be, I'm gonna use evasion or
Uncanny dodge.
uncanny dodge. Yeah.
Can't really tell you what's the most. You know.
I would have known.
Just-
I would have known what's been hitting.
Shh. I can say that you would know the most dangerous attack based on.
That's what I'm saying.
Those are the most
Okay.
dangerous ones.
Yeah, sure.
But that's just reasoning that would get you to that point.
Yeah, I mean,
Damage numbers aren't a thing.
yeah, but I would have
It's a thing
seen
for
how
us.
much. I would have seen how much, like, the effect it had on people. Which one had the highest effectiveness on somebody? I would assume. All right, but if you can't, whatever.
Alright, so it's going with a pincer attack against you and a pincer attack against Crixus. And you can use Uncanny Dodge if you would like. That just makes him have to re-roll, right?
No,
Or,
uncanny
that makes
dodge
it where you
half
take
the
half the damage. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay, so I'll roll the damage in the chat.
Does it say you have
So-
to choose before they attack?
I don't think you do. Because
Okay.
you're allowed to see the numbers for the damage and then decide. So,
Okay.
so you take 45 plus subtract
I would be
5 from the
resistant to
fire.
fire. Yeah.
Yeah. So 49, 56 points of damage. And you can reduce that to 28, which is kind of wonky how this works, because you take 28 points of damage, you technically dodge it, but you're still grappled.
Sure. I'll resist. I'll take total. Yeah. It's fine.
So how much did I say you took? 56, so
Wait,
it's
so
28
the
points of
bite
damage.
doesn't seem like it's more effective?
You just know he has big grappler thingies that,
Okay.
you
I
don't have
guess
to use it
doesn't-
here if you don't want to, but
That's
it's
fine.
up
I
to
just
you.
use it here. That's fine. I
Alright.
just use it here.
Pincer attack against Crixus.
Does it say I can be grappled in my ghost block form?
Read it.
Oh yeah.
So Crixus is resistant to the fire. So that becomes 48 points of damage to Crixus. Alright, now he is... Who do I want to do this to?
Yeah.
What does it say? Does it say anything about the grapple? Because that matters.
It does not say I can grapple.
That you
I
can't be. It doesn't...
You can't. It doesn't say I can't be grappled now. But I'm just gonna phase out of him anyways. It's not like it's gonna matter.
He's out of his stomach.
Yeah.
Get in my tummy.
Would I even be blinded or restrained if I can just phase through him?
I'm going to say, logically speaking, no.
No.
By
Oh,
rules
no.
as written, yes. But
Logically speaking, now.
so in this instance, this makes more sense to me.
Sure.
Essentially, solid matter doesn't make any difference, and it says he can phase through creatures anyway.
All good.
Yeah. So, but he is still gonna swallow you because that's what I was getting at, and I'm not gonna back out now. So that hits. You take... Cutting the fire damage in half takes 10 away from that. You take 41 points of damage. Did you add that other damage too? Did you add the 28 from the last one?
Oh no, I did not. Hold on. Let me do that.
Gavin, I feel that you oversold how much
28.
poison that this scorpion was going to do, because it seems to do, like, no poison. It's just eating and chomping
know.
on people.
I know, but it's... yeah, I know. Oh, you're being sarcastic.
20. You said how much of the first one? 28.
Let's see.
It was
48. No, it's 24. 24 from the
24.
first one. Yeah,
24.
24 and then 41, so 65. Yeah, 65 points of
68.
damage.
And then 65 on top of that. Okay. I'll add that. You can go on to the
Alright.
next.
So that's it for that. Now he's going to go with a Carapace attack at Crixus. That hits. Rolling in the chat. Crixus takes 58 points of damage, and Crixus goes down.
You gotta go and just back at people as soon as they leave the game, and it's even his turn next.
I know, because now I have to do the next thing. He's going to use his fifth and final attack, his tail attack, to make an attack with advantage at Crixus.
Oh, and Crixus is our only person that can revivify.
That hits. That's 2 failed death saves on Crixus.
Oh! He's gonna have to make a third character.
Jesus. And it's his turn next, so if he fails that one, he's dead.
Yeah.
Dude, what? That's crazy.
This is what I hate when people aren't in the game. I wouldn't mind this if he's here, but I hate that he's not here. All right. I'm scared to press this button. That's a nat 20.
Nice. He gets up with 1 hit point. Oh my gosh.
Okay, yeah, he gets up with 1 hit point.
And that's at the start of his turn, so he still gets his full turn.
He still gets his full turn. He does have to use half his movement to stand up.
Yeah, I think he'll do that.
So, yeah, he has a speed. He's hasted right now, so he has a speed of 80. So that takes it to 40. I'm gonna say he would probably go right here to get in flanking with Bon, because this is like perfect flanking position. And make some attacks at advantage. I would think that's probably what he would do. So yeah, here we go. That was a clutch nat 20, and I'm so glad that I rolled that for him. Well, let me roll, see if that gets a crit. It does not. Honestly, that crit counted at the best possible place. Oh no, he wouldn't be flanking anyway because Bond's in his stomach. So I would say he'd probably be right here, and he wouldn't want to provoke the attack of opportunity anyway.
Hey, he rolled it over to
Alright.
heavy. Look at that.
He did. He's going to go in with a second attack. Actually, he's going to throw a Blood Fury charge on that as well. And he's going to recover 8 hit points, so that puts him at 168. Not that that would really matter, but... and then he's going to do a second attack. Ah, that misses. Okay, but he rolled it over to heavy. So there's that. All right. It is now the Catacatastrophe and... Well, no, the Catacatastrophe would go on Lucas.
Well, I never got to roll them, but...
21.
So
where did you put it, by the way?
Probably up on its back, just because that's what I did with the last guy. So it's just riding on the scorpion.
And you never got to roll an attack, so if you'd like to make an attack with it, you can.
know, I think I would. And if I'm attacking now, it has pack tactics, so as long as somebody's near it, it has advantage.
Cool.
I don't think it's actually even possible that it can hit. It has a +5 to attack.
With a nat 20, it could. That gives it a 1 out of 10 shot.
Where's my... Where? Oh. Well, hold on. I'm just going to roll a 20 then. Because I set it to be
How's
based
the
off
cat's turn?
Because Gavin didn't put it in the right order and we forgot, so...
Gonna say, what?
So a 22 to hit.
22 to hit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't hit.
Oh, darn. Well, then it's just going to chill out where it's at.
It's gonna loaf on its back.
Sure. Cat's gonna do cat things.
Alright. It was Magma Scorpion 3's turn. Oh, I don't like this. There's only one sensible person he can attack.
No, he could go and eat Connor Blaze's body.
Crixus could always shield. He can always shield.
He doesn't have shield.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't freaking have shield. I don't know why I keep thinking he does. Alright, this is just gonna happen the way it happens.
Wait, what is it that he said earlier? He has shield but not counterspell? No, he has silver barbs.
That misses. Advantage. Claw attack. That misses. Advantage. Sting attack. fuck.
So
He
he
gets
just
silvery
said,
barbs.
right, he has silvery barbs or whatever it is he's got, so he could use that.
That's true. And also, no, he doesn't. Okay. Yeah, you're I don't see silvery barbs here.
He said he had something like that because it was
He
either.
He does. He does. Yeah, he does. Okay.
Kevin, you are in such a nervous wreck for him right now.
I don't like that he's not here. I'll kill someone's character if they're here. I hate doing it when they're not. Alright, yeah, he's gonna use up that, and it's a free charge of silvery barbs too, so he has to re-roll.
It's okay, Gavin. Just blame it on me.
Yeah.
It still hits.
So hold on. He still has a luck point that he can use because he was saving all his luck points for Fulgo Mortis, so he can still burn a luck point on the attack against him.
Yes, he can. Alright. And this is it. If this hits, it hits. Alright, that's a miss.
Who is he giving advantage to since he used silvery barbs?
Molly can already get it her own way, and Bon always has it. But at least Molly could do it without doing, Reckless.
Well, it's only on one thing.
Oh.
You could give it to yourself with silver barbs if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, he can
Yes,
just
you
give
can.
himself advantage, just so when he's making
Good,
death
and he
saving
would-
throws.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. Oh, it's so funny.
Just the whole thing of you panicking about trying not to kill the guy that you're trying to kill.
But I'm still trying. That's the point. I'm still trying.
Alrighty. So
Alright.
the question is, do we need to get these little dudes out of here, or do we still work on Mama? Because I feel like getting these little dudes out of here would be fairly beneficial as well. It's hard to say. How? Well,
Dang, it's kind of crazy that those scorpions don't have tail attacks.
I know that would
They
be, poison when we're immune to
No,
poison.
they do though.
But they don't do poison. None of this does poison.
Like, literally, the reason I haven't been rolling poison damage on you guys is because I know you're immune to it. Almost everything here has been doing poison.
Well, here's what we're going to do. I think Molly's going to see if she can get rid of one of these baby scorpions.
Okay.
Pop on over here. And then she's flanking, so she'll get 3 attacks with advantage.
Indeed.
Hold on. She gets a D4 because she rolled terrible, but 22 to hit.
That hits.
Alright. Second attack. Already hits. Third attack.
I'm hoping for a nat 20 for you. Still hits though.
Yeah.
You got it into heavy.
Alright, and she will continue to slide over here to get a little bit closer, maybe taunt the mama scorpion.
Okay.
That's all she's got.
Alright, Connor's too busy being dead. It's Ayla's turn. Alright, who... Oh, no,
Who's
there's
hurt
no
the
question
most?
who needs to be healed. let's see. What does she have that can just... Alright. What's her movement right now? It is... Okay, so she is going to, as a bonus action... She's not hasted, is she? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So sort of a lot of people are hurt. She can't reach him for what I wanted to do. But she can include him, among others, in a heal. Let's draw me a 30-foot circle.
Lucas isn't even on this plane right now, so don't include him.
That's a good point. Okay. Well then, I think this is... Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Bonus action, shift. So her movement speed becomes 40 as you see her turn into like a fox person. No, it becomes 45. So that gets her here. She can't get herself in it. Still isn't fast enough. But she's going to drop a Mass Cure Wounds just like that. So, by the way, Tony, I want to show you something I found out that I can do that I didn't know you could do in this. It's awesome. So, go ahead and roll that healing for the Mass Cure Wounds. Mark off another slot, the last 5th level slot. Roll it over here. That sucked. But okay. So, I'm going to drag it from over here. Give Molly the 14. Give Crixus the 14. Give Bond the 14. I just found out you can do that. Alright. That's going to be her action for her bonus.
If I had a Steam Deck, I would hit the applause button.
Alright, she doesn't really have a bonus that she can do. Furzen is too busy being dead, so... Bon, you're up. Oh, but before you go, he's gonna use his first attack of opportunity. I sort of like saving them.
Thank you, Sean.
You're in his stomach, but he's gonna use his attack of opportunity to attack Molly. He's gonna try to grapple Molly. It's with a pincer attack. That hits. Molly is going to take half of this, so that is 14 plus 3 plus 4. So 21. Molly takes 21 points of damage.
Good thing she got that 14 points of healing.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, it is. Alright, 21, so then that puts her at 155. Oh!
Alright, and now Bon, you are up. You are in its stomach.
Wasn't Crixus swallowed?
No, Crixus did not
No.
get swallowed.
So, I'm gonna phase through this thing, go straight underneath it. And I'm gonna go underneath it to where I'm at ground level.
Okay. Yeah, you sort of just drop out of its stomach and you're directly underneath this thing in between all of its legs.
Alright. And I'm gonna use...
We're gonna say that that puts you... Oh, where did I had him right here. I'm gonna say that puts you... Why won't it... Why is it doing that? Puts you right here. No, you'd be lower than that. That puts
Okay,
you
before I
here.
drop further, I'm gonna hover right underneath his belly. And I'm
Just
gonna
like
use...
stick your head out?
Yeah, basically. And I'm gonna use Never mind. I can't even do that. Fuck it. Whatever. I don't have the grit points to do that. Because I used a grit point on this guy, right? I want to say I did.
You did.
Alright, yeah. So I'm gonna use another charge of the regalia to get an extra D10 on my damage roll. Throw that advantage down on him. Okay. Oh, fuck, where is it at? Eclipsion, here we go. Oh, I reloaded last. Alright, I'm gonna re-roll that 2 to be a 9.
Let me add 7 more damage to him before you roll anything else.
Yep.
Okay.
He's gonna take this and sneak attack. Wow, that was abysmal.
You
And
get a
then,
massive sneak attack on the last go around, so I mean, can't all be winners.
half of that's gonna go on Scorpion 3.
Let me do your little trick that you taught me about. Have value on. Holy crap, that's awesome. I've learned so much this game.
So, yeah, so that's gonna be half that. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to reload. And I'm gonna use another attack to hit him with advantage. Oh,
Remember when you
D10.
reload, you
That's
only
right,
get
D10.
one more bullet in the chamber.
Yeah, I got you. D10, so add an extra 8 damage to him.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use another regalia. Nah, I'm gonna save the regalia charge. Advantage, cool. That's a fucking 20, baby.
Ooh,
Let's go.
Nice.
Shift. And
That was actually
gives
some pretty
me
good damage rolls on that too.
a grit point back.
Yeah, it does.
And then I'm gonna use my hasted action to reload another bullet. Yeah. Okay, so fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna use my hasted action to reload a bullet of. Should I do healing or should I do damage? That's the thing.
Oh, so do me a favor, just so it's easier for us to track this. Whenever you reload, I'm looking at your character sheet now. You're doing it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm clicking it.
You would only have 1 bullet in the chamber, though. Not
Yeah,
2.
yeah. No. The
Oh, the
dots
open
are
spot
used.
is the. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
The open
gotcha.
spot's what I have left. I'm gonna put
Okay.
a slaying bullet in this one.
All right.
And then I'm gonna drop down 5 feet underneath ground, and I'm gonna take a D10 of bludgeoning damage.
You'd have to move to a slightly different location to do that because
Oh, yeah.
you don't want to do that in lock.
I was gonna drop to ground, so there.
Yeah. There you go. Okay.
D10 of bludgeoning damage, so I take 2 bludgeoning damage.
All right. If you'll add that.
Yeah, I will. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. And you just drop like 5 feet into the ground?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to where I can't be hit.
Well, that's negotiable. You're 5 feet in the ground.
I would go far enough to where I wouldn't be able to hit.
All right. It is Anand's turn.
Nice. Anand's going to step up to the plate and say, I've never tried this before. And he's going to cast Cyfor's Necrostorm.
Okay.
It's
You
re-
still have your 9th level slot after all this?
It's resistant to necrotic
I have
damage.
not used it.
Just resistant, though, and it also does lightning, too.
Ah, well then never mind.
It hits, and it can be fired from all the way over here. It heals me if it hits.
You
I'm
still
just
have
gonna
that
do it
move
anyway.
Where you can change the element of damage.
It's
No,
not
he
force.
doesn't.
It has to be. It has to originate as force damage.
Oh.
I can change force, but I can't change other stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and roll it. It takes half damage, even if it succeeds. It succeeded.
So black lightning streak towards up to 8 creatures the caster can see within range. Each target must make a Constitution saving throw. Creature takes 15d4 lightning damage and 15d4 necrotic damage on a failed save or have some. So you can't like target one person with like multiple beams of it, but you can
No,
target.
I
You can
cannot.
hit like all of them with it. You can hit every single one of them
Yes.
with this.
Yes. Yes. There's only
So-
3 of them left.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one he succeeded. So I'm gonna roll the damage. He takes half. So he takes half. Half of the necrotic.
Let me look at that. So you recover 10 hit points from that, but
it automatically
the-
applied.
I don't think it does. So just erase 10 wounds, so you're at 100 wounds. But then you have the other 2 that you can roll this on as well.
Yeah. Let me do that. Right, next. This thing is like computer so hard. Right. It succeeded.
Yeah, it did. It rolled quite
It
well,
takes
unfortunately.
hell.
What's Philastrios rolling for? Okay, so you take... Or how much healing do you get from that? Let me make sure I'm doing the math for this right. So it would take 15 necrotic damage.
I get half.
So you get 7 back from that. And actually, I did the math wrong for the last one. You should have gotten only 5 back from the last one. So this would put you at 98 wounds. Maybe the next one will fail.
Chill out.
Your DC's like 19, right? I
20.
think so. 20, okay.
Sorry. I should let a non answer that question. My bad.
So that one almost failed. All right, roll it on the last one and see what happens.
Hey, did it roll?
It didn't. There it goes. Oh my god, it kept
It
rolling.
didn't roll.
Oh, it did. I unfortunately again rolled quite well. Literally, I rolled a 19 and a 16.
It succeeded.
So the thing only had to roll less than a 14 to fail, or a 14 or less to fail. It just didn't. Okay, so that is 18. 9. So that takes you down to 89 wounds. Yeah, literally they only had to roll a 14 or lower to fail. That was just good luck or bad luck, depending on which side you're on. All right, is that the end of your turn? Did you want to use any of your movement or anything?
There you go.
Okay. It is the Catastrophe's turn, but the Parthog is going to use one of his legendary actions to make an attack. It's going to make a stinger attack at Molly, who is still
It's
grappled.
Done.
And what?
I'm at.
Marte, I think you're either cutting out or what you're saying is like
cutting out.
running 30 seconds behind. Alright, he's gonna make an attack against Molly. There it is. I think that's on my end.
What time?
Oh, never mind. Okay, it rolled. Yeah, so she's gonna take. Molly takes. That is 17 plus 5 for a total of 22 points of damage.
Okay. 176.
Alright, and now it is Lucas and the Catastrophe's turn.
All right. Well, let's just go ahead and do our catastrophe first. See if we can get that nat 20 in there. Yeah. Not quite.
Nope, not quite.
So this is gonna hurt me a lot, but it's gonna also do some cool stuff. So let's just go ahead and do all the things, shall we? I'm gonna go ahead and cast Disintegrate on Mama Scorpion again. So I'll roll just a straight D20, and then you tell me if it works or not. Gavin,
That
you're
sounds
muted.
good.
Okay, I got you. Nah, under my here. Okay, so Haja. With a nat 2, I'm pretty sure that fails.
Yeah, that definitely fails.
Okay, so since I'm casting it at 7th level, because I have to, because I already burned my 6th level spell slot.
7d10.
No, 13. Oh, sorry, no, you're right. 7d10 plus 40. 7d10
Oh, no.
plus 40.
No, I was talking about the amount of damage you're about to take.
Oh, well, there's also that.
I thought it was more than that, though. With you upcasting it, I thought he took more than that.
It's 10d6 plus 40, but I add on an additional 3d6 since I'm using it at 7th level, so it's 13d6 plus 40.
Okay, so make sure you just right-click 3 times
1, 2,
when you
3.
drag.
Yep. Okay.
Nice.
Actually, that's
Now roll
not nice.
7d10.
That's a lot of crap. So we're gonna burn a meta magic point, and I'm gonna re-roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'll just re-roll 6 dice.
So all the 1s and 2s?
Yeah. 2, 3, 4.
Well,
5,
technically,
6.
there's 5 2s and 2 1s. But
I'm
you're
just
gonna reroll
re-rolling
4
all
of the
the
2s and.
Yeah. So drop the.
Okay.
I'm dropping the 6 lowest dice to re-roll this.
I'll let you tell me how much more to add on.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 5, 6. Okay, so 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's cool. Add on, I think there was another 10 points of damage. If I calculated that correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, that's my bad. I'm just over here pressing buttons.
Sorry. Actually, it's only another 8 points of damage.
Another 8 points.
Yeah. Somebody get more out of that, but it is what it is. Okay. I take 70, 10, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ha-ta! I take 40 points of necrotic damage.
My God.
Puts me at 94 wounds. I'm fucking myself up more than anybody else could. Okay. It gets better. Quicken spell. I'm going to cast it at 2nd level because that's the only way I can do this.
Yeah.
And I'm going
With
to
that feat
do
you took.
a chromatic sphere or chromatic orb. And I'm going to cast that at Magma Scorpion 3.
Okay.
Hits. This I don't have to roll for damage because it does max damage because I still have that potion of maximum power in my system.
Okay, so what's the max damage?
So it's 4d8 maxed. So that
So
would
32.
32, and it's cold damage.
How do you want to do this?
I'm literally throwing things out here like, this hurts me more than it hurts you, or not, I don't know, but goddamn, this hurts. And I'm just chucking magic all over the place.
No, the whole thing is like with Wish, like that when you're suffering from this, it's supposed to emulate the fact that you're using your life force to cast spells.
And I'll take another 11 points of damage.
I like to imagine that you're just getting like gaunt as this is going on. Like,
Yeah. No, I will protect my friends, but goddamn, it hurts. So now I'm at 105 wounds. But with him gone, I'm like, all right, I think we need more numbers. And I'll reach into my bag as you see little spiders and other things crawl out of it. And then I'll pull out a bronze horn. And as I run off, I'm going to blow into it as hard as I can.
bronze horn, what the fuck does that do?
Well, I'll tell you here in 1 second. I got to roll.
And when did I give you
1,
that?
2, 3, 4. If you could please add 15 berserkers that are on our side for me, that'll fight the scorpion.
15?
15 berserkers, as I have a bronze horn of Valhalla that we collected at some point.
When did you get that?
How do I know?
It's
I
sigil.
just hold on all this stuff.
I think it was the sigil.
He got that from with Milo.
Was that in Sigil?
No, that was when they went to the world with Milo. That little like stunt between Act 1 and 2.
Wait,
You
are you
might
being
be
serious? Is that when he actually got
I'm
it?
Dead serious. Yep.
Oh. Okay. Alright, well, 15 berserkers.
It's 44 plus 4, and they are proficient with all medium armor, if that matters, and they all have the statistics of a berserker. They are with us for an hour, or until they drop to 0 hit points, and I cannot use this horn again until 7 days have passed. Now, we'll say there's a stipulation that Gavin specifically answered, because I asked him, it's, will these things be on our side? Because you have to be, the requirement is we have to be proficient with medium armor. I'm not, and you specifically remember saying, no, that we're not going to use that requirement.
Yeah, no, it kind of defeats the purpose of the item.
So,
Alright.
yeah, you got 15 bodies in there, and I figured that's probably about the best meat shield we're going to have in this fight. And as that goes on, Lucas is going to GTFO, and I'm just going to mosey on out in this direction. Oh, is my character locked again?
Big dude dead?
No, the big dude is not dead. There's just a
I
lot more.
said, how do you want to do this?
I hate that there's so many berserkers in the combat tracker that it's down to the double digits of berserkers.
No, I killed one of the mini scorpions.
Okay.
And as I get out of here, and you have all those bodies that can deal with this, I need to not die right now because I am very hurt from hurting myself. So I will snap my fingers, roll a natural 18 to guarantee I blink out.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
When do the berserkers go? Do they go on my turn? Do all 15 of them attack right now?
No, they have their own turns, but oh right, I have to put these fuckers out on the battle map now.
Hey, I eliminated a scorpion. That's 1 off the board, and then 15 to add to it.
Does it say where they spawn?
They say within 60 feet of me whenever I blow the horn, but I guess it doesn't say anything more specific, so it doesn't specify. So I would have them surrounding Mama Scorpion and the little ones, basically where they can get in there just to go ahead and start wailing on them.
Which one was that that was 10, put 15.
I'll let you do that. I'm going to go make me a sandwich.
You know, we may go ahead and call it here in a second. Feeling a little overwhelmed by the berserkers, not gonna lie. You know what? Because I'm feeling petty, it doesn't say they spawned somewhere safe. This fucker's in the lava. So is that guy. Some of them would, realistically speaking, would go in lava. This guy's in lava. Let's say this guy's not. Which one is that? Berserker 9, Berserker 14. He's going in the fucking lava. Berserker 7. No, what? He's not in lava. Alright, there's all the Berserkers.
Alright, just keep in mind you're setting the basis, so the next time one of your guys summons somebody, they're going right off a fucking cliff.
Some of them might. Keep in mind, I only put 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the 15 in lava. I feel like that's pretty generous.
Maybe you didn't just make it a nice even 10.
I mean, I could if you want me to.
I don't care.
All right. We're going to let's run through some battle notes. Nick, you're pretty good at that. Any battle notes to keep in mind?
I'm still hasted. Lucas is blinked out and hasted. I also have resistance to fire. Molly is not hasted. That hasted dropped. She is enraged though.
But she was hasted though. Why is she not
No.
hasted anymore?
Remember,
Oh, that's right.
dropped.
Yeah, that's right.
Crixus would still be hasted. The potion would still be in his system, even though he dropped.
Yes.
Ayla can. No, never mind. Ella's good. I think that's it, unless I'm missing anything. Oh, also, Lucas is having the effects of a wish spell that he casted and wasn't able to.
Does anybody not have the reactions?
I don't. Yeah,
You don't
I used
because
mine
you
against
used
Parthog.
Uncanny Dodge. Yeah.
Yep. Against Parthog, so I do not.
Who doesn't? Who else doesn't? I think everybody else has it.
Yeah. Crixus wouldn't have it because Crixus used silvery barbs.
That's right. And he gave that advantage to himself.
Yep.
So if he goes down, he can have advantage on a death save.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Good deal. I think that covers it. We'll finish this up in 2 weeks. And honestly, I hate that you guys killed Fulgur Mortis. I thought I had that figured out. I was like, there's no way. There's no way with a blade and him only getting one attack that he's going to do enough to knock him down. There's no way. But I forgot that you had that freaking armor that lets you, ignore piercing resistance.
Armored regalia that ignores, and I just remembered it when he did it too.
Well,
Yeah, I forgot that it did that.
Something that
I'm also-
that also gives, and it's like, cause I would understand, I would not understand what was going on if it just gave me resistance to piercing, but it also gives me a D10. Like, why wouldn't I use that? So, if I'm really trying to kill a motherfucker, and it gives me extra damage, why wouldn't I?
I'm
I'm glad my hoarding has also come into play at the end.
But I do feel like if it hadn't been for that feature of the regalia, he would have made it. I feel like
maybe.
I think we
I
would
was
have
about
kept
to put a
chasing.
wall. I was about to put
no,
a
you wouldn't
wall of
have.
wind.
I was gonna dimension door on his turn.
I feel like that doesn't allow dimension door because the wall of wind is opaque. You can't see through it. Oh well, I guess you can. You could see.
On up.
Yep. You don't have to. Yeah. Oh, up.
How does he have dimension door?
I don't think Dimension Door requires sight.
No, it doesn't.
You just have to be familiar with where you're going to. If
But
you
I'm
don't
just
have
kind of
sight.
curious of like how this dude also has 4th level spells.
He's an artificer, man.
I don't know. He's got like a strength of a gajillion because he couldn't Molly couldn't grapple him, but yet like I don't know. Your stats on things are wonky. That's why you're like, oh,
He's
well,
not your problem anymore. So
Yeah, I know.
He is dead.
There's a few others, but I mean, yeah.
Kevin's big sad about that one.
that was my favorite bad guy. Imagine this, right? Like, I make these characters. Imagine if, like, more or less, think of it this way. Imagine if, like, on a routine basis, like, your character just died, right? Like,
Yeah.
you've been through, like, 7 bonds at this point, you know?
Yeah.
I liked Fulgo Mortis. That was,
Well-
like, my favorite bad guy.
You can continue to channel him because I'm sure Crixus is going to get whatever that arm cannon weapon was that like literally blows up half a room and does like a gajillion points of damage. So
I mean, he might get some upgrades to his thing, but I'll be honest with you, the whole point of Fulgur Mortis is that only he can do what he do because he himself is the battery for his weapon. He's a blue dragon. He can generate his own lightning.
alright, well I'll use Wish to turn one of us into a blue dragon and then we'll be done. I'll just go ahead and just use
I
it.
mean,
That's funny.
You think I won't waste Wish? I told you, I am not planning on still having Wish by the we get to the end of this campaign. I'm going to keep burning it on the most random shit if I don't have a reason to use it.
I mean, you might find that you need it at the end of the campaign, but that's on you.
If that's how it is, I'll go out enjoying every moment of it. By the way, ice cream is going to start tasting like toads. Just cuz.
Just cuz. Just cuz. It's crazy. Dude.
Legit,
Oh.
my next wish, getting rid of this bullshit racist magic.
It's
Oh,
magic.
the Elven High Magic?
Ancient
If
magic
anybody
that
who's
only
familiar
elves
with-
can use.
With
No,
D&D lore, that is legit. Only elves can use Elven High Magic.
for now.
For now, okay.
If,
Like,
if,
Mystra is just gonna let you rewrite the fabric of magic.
if,
I guess we're going to
um,
find out.
Yeah. If he would have got away, Bond would have spent every fucking dime he had to get somebody to create him a spell that would shut down teleportation, any type of teleportation, for a minute.
That'd be interesting. I don't know if a spell like that would even be possible. There are spells that are similar to that, where like an area is warded and somebody to teleport into or out of that area has to make a saving throw in order to do so. That would be like the closest thing you could get.
It would be like a planar shackle, so they are shackled to this area. So I guess they could still use Misty Step.
I don't know. You could check in with Velastrio, see if he'd let you invent a spell like that.
I think
I
there
wouldn't be the one that
is
would be
some
They
type
would
of.
be the
I
one.
think there's a magical binding, like magical shackles that already exist. Like it might not be in regular 5e, but I think it's in the saddlebag thing.
Oh, Griffin
Saddleback?
Saddlebag?
Yeah, but I mean, again, you got to put the cuffs on them. So I mean, like,
Oh, yeah. No, this would be fucking a high level spell that you would cast on somebody, then they would just
I
be
mean,
magically
you can
shackled
ask
to this area.
Velastrios if he'll let you tap into
you
the
fucking-
weave and write your own signature into the fabric of magic.
I don't need Flashes to make a spell, or a boy Anon can make a spell. He's no longer cursed.
The Magi sort of have a monopoly on the whole making spells thing.
You literally told him he could make a spell. You were letting him make a spell.
I know I
You
was.
did tell me I could.
No, I'm not. So here's the thing. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm saying you're definitely not allowed to do it. But yeah, you can do it.
Oh, fuck the Magi.
I'll just become strong enough to do whatever
Dude,
I
I
want
would-
without asking.
Dude, our in between stuff between this session or this campaign and next campaign is us just fucking up the Magi.
By the way,
It's
we kill
just
the
fucking
Scorpion?
wrecking the Magi.
we're going to, I guess, level 21 or level 20 with an epic boon. So I mean,
Oh yeah, dude,
whatever.
like, we're gonna fuck up the Magi. We're gonna fuck up the Magi.
yeah, we're gonna completely disregard what the arc is we're on, and it's literally just gonna be us versus the Magi.
Just gonna be going after Vlasius. We're gonna go fuck up the previous character.
And Tony, you want to join in for that?
Yeah, dude, I'll be there.
Cool. It'll just make it a big boss battle. The boss will be you, and it'll be you versus the group.
How much time do I get to prepare?
As much as Batman. And you get like multiple 9th level spells and stuff too. For being an archmage.
Yeah, we could do it.
Yeah, I
How
think
much
it'd
do
be
you
cool.
want your players to have a TPK?
I mean, dude, I will tell you this right now. Feel free to kill any one of their characters that you want if you actually go along with this.
He's
I'd
this
kill
mad
all of
about freaking broken bones. Oh, he's this
I'll give you
mad.
legendary actions and everything.
He's big
Yeah,
mad
just
about
send me
sport.
over the character sheets for every single person in the Magi and get your party over to King's Crest. I'll kill all of them.
Hey,
Again, you can kill anybody's character you want to kill. If you want to do this, I'm down. I'm down for this.
I'm just thinking like
Have some PvP
there's
action.
there's a fair chance. In fact, I'd say there's a most probable chance we're gonna get fucking wrecked, right? But we could probably the one shot that I was wanting to do for Shaz's thing. Like we can just literally all die and go to the Shadow War. So it's just a fun thing that goes to another fun thing. We're just gonna have to get our asses handed to us in the process.
I don't know. I think we could put up a fight against
We need a bigger
Velasquez.
combat tracker. 87 blade singers.
If it was us against a few of people and Velasquez, I think we could win that.
There's certain ways that you could go about it, but there's a lot of things he can do to shut us down, especially when you have multiple spellcasters. Because even before he got to whatever level it is he is now, like he always had like 2 reactions to be able to do double counter spells and things like that. Like that was one of the
2 fucking reactions.
3, technically.
What?
The most counter spells I ever casted in a single turn is 3.
Around.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have the fully unlocked Staff of the Magi that you'd be able to use in the too.
Yeah, so I had the Transcendence, which gave me a secondary reaction, and then I had Contingency.
No.
I want to
Yeah.
do this now.
Nice.
I want to
And then he
do
had
this now.
Simulacrums.
dude. There's gonna be so
Like-
much rage bait on this because it's just like, what? How does it get to do this? How does it get to do this? And it was just like,
Really?
it was so broken. Like as much as we talk about broken characters here, we were more broken in campaign 1.
And
Yeah, you were.
thanks to you guys, there's now 2 blue Kazeels.
Blur kills,
So-
yeah.
Yeah, so now there's 2 of them, and he's a part of the Magi, so y'all gotta fight 2 silver dragons now, too.
Well, Blurkill also kind of has a soft spot for the group too, though. That would put him in a tough position.
Yeah. He basically like disobeyed the Magi for us.
No, he didn't.
Yes,
I
he
watched
did.
the videos.
He
Not
basically did.
technically.
He tiptoed a lot.
Well,
He did
anyway,
tiptoe.
the second one's a simulacrum that we created. It wouldn't be our enemy. It can't be.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it is.
So, like, yeah, I mean, so I was very meticulous with Blurkill, and I feel like he did a good job about technically not breaking any rules. He definitely tiptoed, but I would personally hold I would argue that he never broke any
the
rules.
second one's a simulacrum that I created.
All right, I'm going to throw it out there. You guys are all tied up on the simulacrum of Blurkill. Velasquez was using simulacrums in campaign 1. That means we'd have to fight 2 Velasquez's.
At least.
He wasn't even using that. He was using
No, in campaign 1,
clone.
Velasquez had a simulacrum.
Yeah, but he was using clone at the end of that shit, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He
And he
used
had a
clone
factory.
to free himself from the Iron Hand of Vecna. Basically, he willingly died and went into a new body, so that way he wouldn't be tied to the Iron Hand of Vecna anymore.
Yeah. Then he's got.
I didn't
how do you know
realize
doesn't
he
have a
had the
phylactery in
Iron
every
Hand of
single
Vecna.
tower?
He did. Well,
How'd
he
you
had
not?
the
That was a
eye
big
of Vecna
thing, yeah.
in the first campaign. He had the eye, not the hand, but the eye in the first campaign. But he wanted to be
Really?
free of it at the end, so he willingly died with a clone being created to move his consciousness into a new body so he could be free of the eye.
How about we just curse him with the Iron Hand of Vecna again?
You guys still have it. That's the
I
crazy
know. I
Who's
know.
wearing
We're
is
just
it?
walking around with it, too.
It's Anon has it. Or not
Anon has
Anon. No, not Anon. It's Bon has it.
Oh,
Bon
you
has
have it.
Yeah, it's in
Yeah,
a brim
Bond
box
has it.
because it has that lead lining and it's magically enchanted, so only Bond can open the box.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, technically it could be disenchanted, but it would be difficult.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's not completely 100% safe, but, I mean, yeah, you've got
No.
some layers of protection.
That box is just meant to hold high-end potion, not the fucking hot and high hand and eye of Vecna.
You know what'd be
Yeah,
crazy,
you
though?
know.
Is the thought that your ACs mean absolutely nothing against the Magi.
Yeah. Well.
It's just
Th-
going to
this
be a
one
game
could be
of
a
how
fun
many
one-shot.
saving throws do y'all actually want to make. And I don't know if some of y'all remember, but the Towers of High Sorcery are like Velasquez's lair. So if you go attack him in the tower, you're just already going to fail just by walking.
Velasquez controls the tower itself, and he's the only one who'd be able to actually navigate through it.
I know a way to draw him out from the tower. I'll just set off another fucking mana bomb again. Oh, I don't remember how I did that. Fuck. God damn.
Yeah,
it.
he ripped the memory of that from your brain. You wouldn't know how to build another one.
Shit. I'll just do another fucking thing that fucking fucks up the weave. I mean, shit. I'll draw them out.
Actually, I think at
Bond
this
will fuck some
point,
shit up.
Velasquez would just have Blue go kidnap Bond and bring him back to the tower. Just Bond by
Just
himself.
Bond. Just Bond by myself. Yep, that's fun.
Yeah, why don't you just go pray and see if like Shaz will come out and just get a handle of
Exactly.
this? Like a see old school
Yeah.
Val.
I can totally play this shit and just freaking vamp me out of there. Dude, what
You
the
know, that would
fuck?
be a pretty epic fight. An avatar of Shiziki versus Velasquez.
It would just be
Yo, what?
Shiziki lecturing him for about 45 minutes how he can't disintegrate people just because they talk longer than 37 seconds.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, that's
Who
hilarious.
would win that? Velasquez, the chosen of Mistra, or one of Mistra's chosen, versus... Obviously, if it was Shiziki himself, you don't stand up against a god, but it wouldn't be Shiziki himself. It would be his avatar.
Well, you know, in fact, well, why not tell us now? I did full on Batman. I had a way to take down everybody within our group in case anybody ended up opposing me. So I had a way to like circumvent some of Velasquez's stuff. Like we talked about this, Gavin.
Yeah, I remember we did. But you also said for Shiziki, Velasquez was really the only person that he was like wary
He was the
of.
one person that I didn't know if I'd be able to take down. Like I thought Velasquez was my biggest threat in the group.
Yeah, Phoenix wasn't that fucking...
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure, like, Dorian, even though he was conflicted a lot between his religion, he kind of went along with everything Shiziki said. Like, even though, I don't know if you remember, but he used, what's that spell, that paladin and cleric spell where they can ask the god, like, a certain amount of questions?
Oh, divination.
Yeah, it's,
No, not divination.
No?
it's a fucking what's it called? Divine Um, dude, I know the.
I'm thinking
I know what
contact
you're
other
talking
plane,
about.
but it's not that either.
It's divine intervention.
No, divine
No,
intervention
that's a
is there.
feature.
Is it not
Legend
divine
lore.
intervention? No, not legend
Yeah.
lore. Legend lore just gives
And
you
then
information.
Dorian was gonna use legend lore on the Angel of Death, and then Shiziki was like, "Oh, don't do that," and Dorian didn't even question it. He was like, "Okay, then I won't do that."
Oh yeah,
That was
you're
like halfway through the campaign when we first started getting rumors about the Angel of Death.
I just saw. I cast 9th level inward pass on Tony.
It's critically super ineffective.
Oh well.
It was a good session, guys. I'm glad I was able to hang out and listen.
It was not a good session. It was bullshit.
That's what made it good.
Hey, so
It's
how
what
many
made it-
berserkers do I have left that didn't end up in lava?
4 out of 15
11.
landed in lava.
It's so stupid, but whatever. Somebody's just mad.
There's nothing that says that they all land somewhere safe.
I don't know, common sense.
And it
That's
doesn't
it.
say you have any choice on where exactly they spawn either. They just spawn. So realistically speaking, some of them were just just like in the middle of lava. You're lucky only 4 of them spawned in the
Oh,
lava.
am I lucky? Okay. Somebody's just a little mad. But that's fine.
A little butthurt about fucking Bergamorgus dying.
Hey, did Anon
You know,
ever
and-
get his
Oh.
magical robes?
He did get his
There's
magical robes.
something too that I thought of doing, but I know how much it would have pissed you guys off, and you would have called bullshit, and I feel like you would have been at least partially justified. Fulgur Mortis has a built-in like defibrillator as like a contingency for this kind of thing. But I was like, they would have blown a giant hole in his chest. That wouldn't have done any good.
No, he got a fucked up next chance.
But I have that on his character sheet that when he goes to 0 hit points, that technically speaking, on his next turn he should come back to life with 1 hit point. But I was like, no, I'm not. They worked hard for this. I'm not going to take this away from them.
Well, isn't he in a bag of
Isn't
holding right
he-
now anyway?
Isn't he immune to lightning damage?
Technically speaking, yes, but it's not really like taking damage.
I was
It's
gonna say because if he's immune, then it would not be effective.
I think you're overthinking it.
What if it's like Iron Man and lightning damage just charges him?
That's what it was.
It actually does do that.
That's exactly how it worked. It charged up his shield that he had.
Oh, something else you guys never discovered about him too. I'm glad none of you hit him with fire damage, because, or specifically, he had an anti-heat metal contingency plan where literally the first time somebody casted heat metal on him, he's resistant to fire damage, and the reason why he built-in cooling system into himself, so that is designed to vent heat. The moment somebody hit him with fire damage, or especially did heat metal, he would have just become like heavily obscured in a fog cloud, and only taken half damage from all the fire.
Kevin, I feel like every time I see you on camera, there's more stickers and more posters.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
this is my water bottle.
I've still been recording this whole time. Let me go and kill that.